What's good with it, Black Goose TV family, man? Double salute as always. It's your boy Fluence back in the building. I'm feeling great though, to be 100 with you, man. The energy is absolutely on a whole nother level tonight. So hopefully, y'all can go ahead and match that energy, man. We're gonna have a good time tonight when it comes to Fluence Friday, man. You already know what it is. Of course, I'm gonna be responding to the comments. We're gonna get into all the good stuff when it comes to the comments. I'm gonna get through as many as I can, but tonight. Y'all see up over there, man. I got the link. And I do this always, or this is something fairly new when it comes to Fluence Friday. But don't be scared to hop up in here, man. Tonight, man, we're not gonna be on no specific topics. You know what I'm saying? I was contemplating on whether or not I wanted to do the reaction for AJ and Usyk to the weigh-ins, but I was like, you know what? We can get there if we get there, and if we don't, we don't. I'm not really tripping about it. I really just want this to be an open forum. Come in, present any topic you feel like it after we get through these comments, or a good amount of the comments at the very least. So that's what it is tonight. You know what I'm saying? A little bit different Fluence Friday. But with that being said, man, before I get into this first comment, if y'all hop up in here, man, show your boys some love, man. Hit that like button below, right next to it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not part of the family. Road to 5K. You already know the Dillons. You already know the feelings. And then, of course, notification game. So you know when I'm dropping something, you don't feel like you're missing out. And then at the end of the day, like I was saying before, man, just, you know what I'm saying, be active, interact, help your boy get in the algorithm, comment on this joint if you're watching it after. If you're here now, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and hop in the live chat, drop something in the live chat. I don't care if you agree, disagree, whatever the case may be. Even hit the link if you really want to be bold enough to actually hop up in here and talk that shit. Do that as well, man. Don't be scared. Don't be no scared, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage all of it. You know what I'm saying? So now, with that all being out the way, you know what I'm saying, had to get through it. We're going to respond to the comments. We got some comments to get to. And I'm going to appreciate everybody who has been commenting on the channel. It's nothing but love, you know what I'm saying, for real, for real. And I love the intellect, the analytical mindset that a lot of you guys are coming and putting through when it comes to a lot of you guys' comments. Like, I love that, man. That's why I built this channel. Like, I really want it to be strategic in the type of information or the type of videos I put out, because I want to make sure everybody who is really going to be part of the family, you know what I'm saying, they really enjoy boxing on a whole type of different mindset level when it comes to watching it. So I really appreciate all of your comments. I appreciate how detailed they are. I appreciate that the fact that you guys have a boxing knowledge, if not on the same level, but superior to mine. Like, it's just number love. So remember, man, make sure you guys drop something in the comments, because I'm always at some point going to get to them. And now, as of recent, you know what I'm saying, if I see something that needs to be addressed, because sometimes something needs to be addressed right away, I respond quickly. So, you guys can expect that as well. So this is coming from Double Eye Blue. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's Eye Blue. And this is one of those ones that I had to respond to right away to an extent. But no, I'm sorry. This was the last comment that I responded to in the last responded to the comments. But I want to go ahead and address this again because he responded to me. So I was like, why not? So if Zien failed to drop 15 pounds in 30 days, he didn't even try. He first weighed in at 216, and when he just weighed in, he was 215 after weeks of supposed weight loss. And this is a comment talking about the particular video that I posted. As you guys see, Jake Paul versus Zien Rockman Jr. is canceled. So remember, guys, we're gonna be going over some topics when it comes to Fluence Friday. That's a little bit old, but that's all good, man. We just run through it. This is all about y'all. You know what I'm saying? I do these because, one, I want to, showcase y'all comments, show that I really appreciate the detailed comments that y'all putting down. You know what I'm saying? It's really thought out. It's not no troll shit, not no bullshit. So I really appreciate that. So that's really mostly what I'm highlighting, the appreciation for y'all really showing love on the channel. So I respond. I said, it doesn't matter. He still had a week to cut weight. I've never seen a fight canceled a week out due to weight issues. At BlakGooseTV, in the contract, it was set to do weight checks normally to be sure he was losing it in a healthy way. Losing 15 pounds so quick isn't healthy. No, it is. I always do that. I always keep the cap locks on accident. No, it is not healthy, depending on who you ask. But these are fighters. Cutting 15 pounds in a week actually isn't that hard for someone like Rockman Jr. For example, Luke Rockhold is fighting tomorrow, and he was 198 literally 3 days ago. So he cut 13 pounds in the span maybe 2 to 3 days. I know these are different sports. But the what's the right for it? So he cut 13 pounds in the span of maybe 2 to 3 days. I know I know these are different sports. But weight cutting is no different, regardless if we are talking MMA or boxing. Right, so I said, no, it is not healthy depending on who you ask, but these are the fighters. Cutting 15 pounds in a week actually isn't that hard for someone like Brockman Jr. For example, Luke Rockhold is fighting tomorrow, and he was 198 literally 3 days ago. Sorry, guys. So he cut 13 pounds in the span of maybe 2 to 3 days. I know these are different sports, but weight cutting is no different regardless if we're talking about MMA or boxing. There was foul play on both sides, but mostly pause, in my opinion. My opinion. That's it. That's what I'm saying. It's my opinion. I'm not saying this is factual. See? That's just how I feel. Salute to the people, though. And I really appreciate thought out response to my response to you, I Blue. So salute to you, man. Appreciate you. Hopefully you a Black Goose family member. If you not, man, don't, you know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Show some love, man. We'll welcome you. You know what I'm saying? Salute. But anyways, let's go on to the next one. I do actually remember this one, but I'm just going to kind of reiterate. And I don't really mind it because, like I said, I don't know if you guys checked out the community board. I apologize. I've been having a couple of audio issues some nights. Like it unfortunately happened for the last Fluence Lounge. It happened for the last Fluence Friday, and then for a couple of videos. But that's not going to happen again. Everything's going to be, you know, absolutely sounding crispy and amazing. So I don't mind going over a couple of these, again, because I know the audio wasn't that great. Anyways, this is on Showtime. Steven Espinoza claimed Jake Paul accepted the fight at 2:15, but it was the commission who ended up, stopping it. Anyways, and I remember this topic. I did not go over this comment in the last respond to the comments. The reason why you guys see a response is because what I'm doing now, because I do see, you know, sometimes people are, you know, they're brand new to the channel, and you know, they watch a particular video, and you guys know, depending on the day, depending on, you know, what's going on, depending on what the topic is, you know, sometimes I can, you know, be a little outside of myself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I can, you know, present myself not in the manner that I usually do on a consistent basis when it comes to the channel. But a lot of you guys, family, you know, a lot of you longtime family members, like, y'all know that, so y'all don't be tripping. But the new people who be watching, they be like, what the, you know? So I get it. So I will respond to things where I see certain comments where it seems like, you know, I may I look like I misrepresented myself, but it just happens to be I'm very, very passionate, or, you know, I'm saying it was a good time for me. Anyways, this is the King of Kings 8612. Salute to you. I really appreciate all the comments you do on the videos as well. So it sucks that you keep making these comments about how Jake brings around these random people, and those random people are idiots and don't know boxing, and you're young. You don't understand boxing. So because I don't see, and I'm saying this, the reason why I'm reading it this way, because this is how I probably said it in the video. I don't see everything the way you do. I'm stupid. And I remember that video. That was a rare class act video, because you know what I'm saying, my energy was on a whole nother level. But anyways, make these comments about how Jake brings around these random people, and those random people are idiots and don't know boxing, and you're young, you don't understand boxing. So because I don't see everything the way you do, I'm stupid and not allowed to like boxing. I'm one of those Jake Paul fans brought to boxing because of Jake. And guess what? Because of him, I know your channel. I subscribed to you, left a like on most of your videos, agree with a lot of what you said, but you're being blind to how much Jake Paul helps you, your cause, because you're gaining subscribers, not solely, but in part because of Jake and his fans like me. Oh, well, I think I read that wrong. You say, but you're being blind to how much Jake Paul helps your cause. You're gaining subscribers. I think you meant to say you're gaining subscribers, not solely, but in part. So you see, okay, but in part because of Jake and his fans like me. You can't just call people idiots and single them out and say they can't like boxing and don't know shit. You could have got your point across without being that disrespectful. I enjoy your content, but because being called a young random idiot that doesn't understand business or boxing, I can't subscribe to that kind of crap. And I'm not The only one that feels that you boxing fans, real boxers, are missing out so much simply because you can't adapt to a new audience. So I'm gonna go into mine in a minute. But what I do want to respond to that, just me personally, on a personal base, I do want to just salute you, King of Kings. I don't know how old you are. It seems like you're probably one of the younger family members, if you're still subscribing. I know you still are because we talked it out. It was a beautiful thing, but you're very intelligent. At least what I see from how you're able to express yourself, how you are able to clearly put your thoughts out. So salute to you. I don't know how old you are, but you seem you're on the younger side, mostly from being offended by me calling out the younger boxing fans. And you are a fan. You are a supporter of Jake Paul, and usually the supporters of Jake Paul are a little bit younger, but you express yourself very clearly there, very precise. I thought it was well thought out, and I love that. I love that. Like I said, I just want to keep saluting the Black Goose family members because the comments, man, the comments. It's not like they're just like, oh, this is stupid, or oh, I hate this, or oh, I love it. No, it's really detailed, thought out comments. And this is why I responded to the comments have started and happened, because I realize I can't just like be at work or, be working out and just quickly respond to you guys' comments, because it's very detailed. Like I have to sit down and really address it and talk about it and then give you guys a very thoughtful response, because you guys are giving very thoughtful comments. So I want to salute to y'all again. But I responded to the young brother, King of Kings A612, and I said, great comment. Don't take things I say personal. This channel is built on being critical and different opinions. I encourage anybody who comes on this page to disagree with me, challenge me, even downright disrespect me if you think I don't know what I'm talking about. Some videos, yes, I'm over the top. Some I'm calm. Some I'm in between. Some I'm crazy. So don't get offended by the vocabulary. Try and understand why us boxing fans are upset when this game has been the same since the beginning of time. Just because we have new fans doesn't mean they can move the goalposts. Respect is earned, not given. I can't respect fans of Jake Paul who like boxing, but I respect fans of Jake Paul who become fans of the sport, because once you do, you will understand how frustrating it is to hear people try and claim something that is completely fabricated. And what I meant by saying that part is I can't respect fans of Jake Paul who like boxing is, if you're a fan of Jake Paul who likes boxing, then you like YouTube boxing, because that is a thing now. Like that's the thing now. Like there's boxing and now there's YouTube boxing. So a lot of times, if you're coming into the sport of boxing and it comes from being a fan of one of these YouTube boxers, well, now NBA players are doing it, NFL players are doing it, everyone's boxing now, because I guess there's room for everyone. If there's money to be made, let's make it happen. But if you're coming in as fans of a YouTuber, NFL player, NBA player, you don't respect the sport. You just respect the person you like. So that's what I mean when I said I can't respect fans of Jake Paul who like boxing, because majority of them only like boxing because Jake Paul is boxing. If Jake Paul wasn't boxing, they wouldn't like it. So it means they want to educate themselves enough to understand the nuances and the reasons why us who really love the game, love the details, love every aspect of it, feel a certain way about this new thing that's happening. Yes, we are on our old man shit. You're right about that. We are on our old man shit where it's like we got to adjust, and like this is a new wave. That's I do understand that, and I do respect that, definitely. But you know what I'm saying, it got to go both ways. So, but at the end of the day, no. Anyways, I just want to clarify that particular statement. Anyways, either way, I appreciate your insight and respect your comment, and appreciate your sub as well. I hope you understand the entire business is corrupt and manipulated by promotional companies. Jake Paul is not only a boxer, but trying to build himself into one of the I was supposed to put prominent right there, but prominent promotional companies that manipulate the market. It's obvious what they are doing, and it's also brilliant, but also damaging to the sport because so many fans don't understand the sport other than two guys trying to knock each other out. And a lot of this, if you haven't seen the video, you'll take it out of context. So it's like he's seen the video, I've seen the video. So it's like we're talking about very specific things. So what I said, some of the things you're like, what are you talking about? But it's in reference to the video where Jake Paul knows what he's doing, right? And to be a promotional company to promote these fighters, put certain fighters in a certain limelight, put them in a certain position where more eyes are on them. Like you got to understand that at the end of the day, promotional companies are corrupt. Jake Paul is trying to say, "Oh, I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna come into the game, and I'm not gonna be corrupt." But he's already started off corrupt because look how much he paid Rockman Jr. Right? Why wasn't Rockman Jr. getting what? If he wanted to really show that, hey, we're gonna like this is how much I care about fighters' pay and boxers' journey on this stuff, he would have made Rockman Jr. having the highest payday he ever had. Think about how good that would have looked. I'm about to pay him $5 million. He's gonna get the same purse as me, but he didn't make weight. And now, because a lot of people don't like, he was on. I think he was gonna make like five. It was gonna be his biggest payday, but it was only gonna be like $500 or something like that. I don't even think he was getting pay-per-view points. But that's my point when I'm talking about that. So, it's damaging to the sport if you don't realize it. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why it's damaging is because this YouTube boxing shit is gonna get bigger and bigger, and we're gonna have a lot of these people who thinks they're fans of boxing, but they're not. They're fans of stars fighting against each other. Celebrity boxing match. That's all YouTube boxing is, right? It's not the same aspect as real, something like boxing that's been around for so long. But anyways, King of Kings 8612, he responded and said, I appreciate that you took the time to respond. Again, I agree with pretty much all of your points here. My only objection was the way which you referred to Jake fans, because I am one. However, you didn't need to respond to me or explain, but you did, and I will remain subscribed and continue to leave likes on your vids. Keep up the great work. I appreciate you, King of Kings 8612, as a young, you know what I'm saying? But just as a young brother, man, you young. I'm pretty sure you're a young guy. You're very articulate. You express yourself well. You're gonna be okay in this life. Okay, you're gonna be good in this life. All right, I went on to respond to him. I said, I understand. I was extra in most of the videos I posted last night, mostly because I had a long day. It was venting, laugh a lot. That's why I said, don't take what I say personal. Some days I use these videos as my stress reliefs. I'll try to be more aware from now on how I address certain fans. I appreciate your insightful comment. It means a lot. Blessing. So that's just show. Like I really do. I hear out everybody. Like I'm never. That's why I said disagree with me. Say what you say. Like I'm gonna be 100. There's gonna be days where I just don't give a fuck and I'm gonna talk my shit. But at the same time, I want to make it clear. Like I do hear y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's a big reason behind what I do here. So DX ended up responding, said, I read your comments and you seem like a person with sense aside from you admitting to being a Jake Paul fan. So that's hilarious. Like I said, I was actually surprised for him to be a Jake Paul fan and to be how articulate he is. I was like, okay, I'm a little surprised. But see, that shows us, older niggas, DX, me, we're biased because how can we assume that fans of Jake Paul is just dumb? It's like Jake Paul is a young nigga. He younger than me and he got millions. So obviously he's doing something right. And we forget that. And like, I'm very realistic. I'm a very realistic motherfucker. I see that. You know what I'm saying? We can judge people from the outside as much as they want, but at the end of the day, a lot of people, their measurements of greatness comes with that green pepper. So anyways, he went on to say, if he introduced you to boxing, welcome to the sweet science, but he's not it, bro. Real fighters don't always select opponents that they tower over, and opponents with no boxing record. Pound sign Jake Paul is a clown. Look, all I'm going to respond, I'm like, damn. I'm a damn. That's all I'm gonna put. I don't even got no response to that. But salute to you, DX, man. Salute you coming in with the banger of a comment right there. All right, so we're gonna move on. Excuse me. Hopefully everybody's having an absolutely amazing Friday, man. My Friday's cool as always, man. Oh, we got Last One in the building. What's good with it, Last One? Hey, man, hope you're doing good. Yeah, I'm doing great. What's good, Last One? Hey, Usyk, Anthony Joshua. Usyk, Anthony Joshua. We gonna talk about. Hey, Last One. Did you get your car back? Yes, I got my car back. I sold that joint, got a new car. So we passed that. So I'm like, so I appreciate you, Last One, for checking in on your boy. But that was a very stressful time. But yeah, that joint, I got it back. You know what I'm saying? They did what they did, so I sold it, and I just got a new car. So you know what I'm saying? We out here. Let me know though, Last One. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a big deal. You over there in the UK, man. How you talk to me, man? Anthony Joshua, Usyk too, man. How you feeling about it, dog? How you feeling about it, man? I gotta know your opinion, bro. I gotta know. Like, what's because this is what I've been saying about Anthony Joshua and Usyk too. It hasn't really been promoted like crazy in the US. So I really don't see it. It almost seems like there's not nobody really caring about it in the US. So I'm wondering, like, if the UK, like, they really just going crazy and excited for it. Here's another comment right here. It's coming from Bobby. He said, good take. This has to do with Showtime Steven Espinoza claiming Jake Paul accepted the fight at 2:15, but the commission ended up saying, stop it. I said, thank you, brother. So I just want to let you know, Bobby, salute to you, man. Salute to you, showing you love. Kings of Kings, 8612, another good comment. Kings of Kings, 8612. He be detailed when he comes to the comments, man. Like, God damn, I respect it, man. So I'm very interested. This would be my challenge to King of Kings, 8612. I don't know if he's gonna watch this. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna clip this particular part and it's gonna say call out the Kings of Kings, A612. Here's what I want to ask you, because you said you were a fan of Jake Paul, which brought you into boxing. Do you watch any other boxing other than it involving Jake Paul? That would be my question. Because that's what I always wonder when it comes to these guys who are really fans of YouTube boxing, etc. Do you only watch these YouTube boxers or do you watch other shit? But let me go on and address this comment right here. Jake Paul versus Dana White. Great vid, very unbiased. Actually, before I get into that real quick, last one responded, so I'm gonna throw last one in with this response. I think AJ has to not only conquer the man who beat him, but even a better version of him with the weight of his country behind him. It's going to be a tall order. That being said, I have to ride with AJ. So you're sticking with your fellow countryman, last one. Okay, I respect it. Definitely. I definitely respect it. But let me ask you this. Is the reason why you sticking with AJ is because he's a fellow countryman? Or do you really think he can beat Usyk? That's my question. Because I'm like, tomorrow, Luke Rockhold fights Paulo Costa. And Costa is a goddamn beast. 31 years old, young, power in both hands. Rockhold's been out 3 years. I had a nigga actually, I posted a video 3 years ago after Luke Rockhold had his last loss. And I was like, man, he's the best ever. I promise if he stays at 205, he's going to beat John Jones. And it was funny. Somebody commented, he said, damn, this aged well. I was like, that was funny as fuck. But are you just supporting him because he's a fellow countryman, or do you really think he could beat Usyk? That's the question. I'd be interested to know. I think he has the tools to beat Usyk for sure, but will he use them is the question. This is why I'm a little bit scared or a little bit unfortunate when it comes to Anthony Joshua. Yes, he picked Robert Garcia, and Robert Garcia usually trains very aggressive fighters. But I'm like, Robert Garcia trains aggressive fighters who are small. So I don't know how he can teach Anthony Joshua something that will benefit for him being the bigger fighter. How can Robert Garcia teach a fighter to fight big when he's never had a fighter who was big? Like, why didn't you go to like Emmanuel Stewart Jr. or something? Like, I didn't understand it, but maybe I'm being a little disrespectful to Robert Garcia. I know you a goddamn legend. I think he can actually beat Usyk. I really think it depends on where AJ's mindset is. Tell me how, though. Because he has to be aggressive. You're telling me if he uses his size, cuts off the ring, he can't close him down. I don't think it's that simple. The reason why I don't think it's that simple was because in order for someone to have the ability to cut off the ring against a skilled boxer, you have to have better footwork than the boxer that you're fighting. The only way you're going to be able to cut off the ring against a skilled boxer is you're going to have to understand where he's going to go before he goes, or you're going to have to be able to dictate the pace or dictate the dance, however you want to see it. And when I look at it, I'm like, I'm not sure if AJ is at that skill level to be able to cut off the ring of a guy like Usyk. His best bet is to make it a dirty, rough, you know what I'm saying, like crazy fight. Robert Garcia was training him through June. You put Zoom, I said that. I think the best thing Robert Garcia will be able to offer is corner advice in the fight. I agree with that. That's something AJ can really benefit from. So I agree with that. That's actually, that's a very underrated point and a very underrated comment. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah. Because I think the one thing that AJ always has had the will. I think he's not, he's never a quitter, give up, nothing like that. I think he has the physicality. I think he has the IQ. I think he understands what's going on in the ring. But I do agree with you. Historically, it has known that he's never had good corner advice. And this is also why I keep repeating, like, AJ and Anthony Yarde, they're so similar to me, because Yarde was the same thing. Yarde he had all the tools to beat Kovalev, but he lost because he had terrible corner advice. But and Lyndon Arthur, but he fixed that by adding somebody else to his corner, and you see AJ kind of going the same route. But it's like sometimes you got to look at it and say, is it too little, too late? Sometimes, I think it's going to be a hell of a fight, though. But I just have a feeling like, I don't know. I just don't see how AJ can beat Usyk. What would be his path? He would have to knock him out. I heard we ain't getting Beterbiev versus Yarde anymore. Actually, I probably won't. I'm saying I'm probably not going to get to that comment. I may get to that comment. But I was corrected, and I'm not sure if it was someone who was in the U.S. or somewhere else, but apparently the way he presented it in the response to me. Actually, let me move. I'm happy you said that. So I'm not going past your comment, King of Kings, number love, man. You already know, but I gotta go ahead and roll up to this particular comment because last one, man, he's talking about it. So I actually got some news on that. Let me get to that joint. Hold on. Hold on. All right, here we go. This is what it is, and I'm actually gonna blow this up so you can see this joint. Yeah, so here this joint is right here. Salute to K.E. Boomerang, and it might be just K Boomerang. Salute to you, brother. He educated me when it came to the art of Better Biv versus Anthony Yard is canceled. So he said, translation: knee cleanup, 2 weeks of rest. So apparently he's basically saying either maybe his knee had an ejection or I don't know, knee cleanup. I'm not sure what that means. If you know last one, you can tell me. Maybe you can educate me on this. So Fluence. But translation: knee cleanup. And Key Boomerang, he's responding to my entire video on this. So he's saying the translation to everything I just said was knee cleanup, 2 weeks of rest. Now, quotations from his trainer. Arter is already back in the gym. I saw in the American media how it was written. They seem to be blowing up the story. He could easily fight in November or December. It's going relatively well. As a coach, it was kind of me pushing the date back to be sure. Ramsey said we've gone more gradual. Right now, we started strength training. He's been doing basic boxing drills. When we get into the intensive zone, we'll see what it looks like. Right now, we're excited. Mark Ramsey has said to the Journal de Montreal and TVA, Better Biv will beat. And then this is what he said in response to what I was saying about Art of Better Biv versus Anthony Yard. Better Biv will beat so easy Yard. You will delete all your videos on Yard. So I don't remember reading that last part. I would never delete my videos on Yard. And he will not beat. So what do you think about that last one right there? You can tell he was a little triggered on something. I didn't think he liked that I was such a big fan of Yard. A lot of people don't like I'm a big fan of Yard. We're used to it. You know what I think was going to happen? I think AJ will win by stoppage. Hopefully they just push it back. Okay, that's good. Yeah. I think they're going to put that. If you want me to be 100 with you, the reason why I think he probably, because I'm pretty sure he's a fan of Art of Better Biv, I think he didn't like that video mainly because I was saying that I think Yard is a tough test for him. And I think the reason why, this is getting pushed back, I don't know if the injury is real. I don't know if the injury is not, but I'm saying he's in a similar predicament that you see, Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade in. And I don't think this fight's going to get remade. I think Art of Better Biv is going to look to fight Bivol. And I'm not saying that he can't beat Yard. I just think there's too high of a risk and too low of a reward. Like, what does he get from beating Yard? You know what I'm saying? It would be like a fake rest stoppage, yeah. Like, yeah, I can see that. But I'm not gonna go for that. No way. I'm never gonna go for that. I definitely don't want that to happen. Because that waters down the sport when they do stuff like that. How do you see the Usyk fight happen as well too when you are done? No, how I see the Usyk fight happening, me personally, and I'm gonna get into this since we're talking about it, man. We can go ahead. I'll probably pull up the weigh-ins a little bit later once I go through. I'm gonna go through a couple more of these comments because I don't like. That was a good comment though, man. That was a good comment right there, man. That was really well thought out. But how I see the Usyk versus Joshua fight going, me personally, as much as I would love to see, saying Joshua beat Usyk and see a third fight. I think at the end of the day, as much as Joshua is such a big deal, as popular as Joshua is, I think I think he's kind of flamed out a little bit in regards to everybody wanting to see him, etc. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's the same type of I don't think it's the same type of what's the word for it? The same type of hype behind him as there was before. And the reason why I think the big reason behind this is because they thought AJ was going to end up being a big star in the US. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn took that big chance for him fighting Andy Ruiz because he thought he was going to be able to become a big star, and it didn't happen. So because of that, how much money is there really in an Usyk Joshua 3 fight? Like, if Joshua beats Usyk, like what? Like, so as much as I do want to believe there might be some foul play, I just don't think Joshua is that big. I don't think Joshua has that same type of trajectory that people felt like he had as of before compared to now, where they feel like they had to do something like that. Because let's be honest, Usyk versus Tyson Fury would sell just as much as Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Because Usyk has put himself in a position now where there's such a the difference between him and Joshua is everyone wants to see Joshua, right? When it comes to Usyk, everyone's like, who is this dude? Like, you just wondering, and now you're intrigued. So don't be surprised, man. As much as I love Joshua and I appreciate him, I have a feeling Usyk might stop him this time. I do, because I don't think Joshua knows his identity as a boxer. And when you're going to get someone as skilled as Usyk, you have to have some type of identity. And he might put Usyk in trouble. He might even make him take a knee. But I think ultimately we're going to see, I think this is going to be the end of Joshua. Not in the case that he won't be able to continue to generate money, but in the aspect that we look at him and see, oh, he's going to be the top of the top. I think the next step for Joshua after this is going to be Wilder. Wilder or the winner of Joseph Parker versus Joe Joyce. Last one said, I'm very conflicted. I really like Usyk too. It's not about Usyk 3. It's about Fury versus AJ. But I don't believe that. That's the problem. I do not believe Fury versus AJ is bigger than Usyk versus Fury at this point. That's my personal opinion. A lot of people would say you're crazy. Fluence, what are you talking about? I really, truly believe that Fury versus Usyk is just as big as Fury versus AJ at this point. I do. Do you know how much money that would make? I think it would generate just as much money if they did Fury versus Usyk. That's my personal opinion. Excuse me. The Queen would probably sell her crown. The jokes is on point. Usyk nearly stopped him before. He got saved by the bell round 12. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to, like, my main point when it comes to him hiring Robert Garcia as a trainer. Like, I really like what you said last one, where you said basically the corner advice is going to be different. That's one of the biggest things that AJ needs. But if you want me to be 100 with you, was like, yeah, the corner advice is there. But at the end of the day, AJ is at a point of his career where he is who he is. And the problem about that is we don't know who he is because he's constantly changed his style because he's had unexpected losses. So he felt like he has to fight this way now. Think about how amazing he looked against Kubrat Pulev. He did amazing. He thought that same stylistic approach would work against Usyk. Is that Joshua's fault? Is it his team's fault? Who knows? At the end of the day, the fact that he feels like I came in and I won titles and beat someone like Klitschko fighting a certain way. Then I can change mid-career, then take an L to Andy Ruiz, change again. What is his identity coming into this fight? And then on top of that, now changing trainers. What is his identity coming into the Usyk fight? That's what I want to know. Because we don't know. And I think that's going to be the problem. That would have been good for AJ Sugar. I said, yeah, absolutely. Because Sugar will teach him how to fight big. And that's my point when it comes to Robert Garcia. I'm like, all right, Robert Garcia, he's absolutely a Hall of Famer, regardless. You know what I'm saying? He's an amazing fighter, amazing trainer. He's trained some of the best. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I'm not disrespecting Robert Garcia, not even in the slightest. What I'm saying is Robert Garcia has never trained a person who's at the level AJ is, or a world champion, or who has skilled, whatever the case may be, but who's accomplished what AJ has. That's over 6 feet. And I'm being generous. It's probably over 5'7". AJ is 6'5", 6'6". How are you going to teach someone new adjustments to their game if you've never had someone as far as that physical specimen in your gym? What are you going to do? You're going to teach them the same thing that you're teaching the nigga who's 5'8"? How's that going to work? I can't do that. So that's where I'm like, okay, I like that Robert Garcia will give maybe the right advice in the corner, but it's just like, how are they training? What are they training for? Like, are they doing the same things? Like, what's the case? Because remember, he didn't totally replace his entire camp. He just added Robert Garcia. He got rid of his main trainer. He still has, the co-trainer he had. I can't remember the names off the top, but since we're talking a lot about AJ Usyk, I'm probably gonna go ahead and switch over to the weigh-ins fairly soon. I may do a couple more comments. Last one, never trained a heavyweight, period. Yeah, I was trying to be respectful because I didn't know. Because I'm like, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to some of these trainers, he probably did train a heavyweight. It's just he probably, never got to the point where we knew he trained a heavyweight, or he wanted to tell us, hey, yo, I trained a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's my only thing. It's just like, obviously he's going to be able to teach AJ some new tricks, but will they be effective at his weight and his size? I don't know. We're going to have to find out. And for me, because of that being the case, it's hard for me to be absolutely confident when it comes to AJ getting the W. Like it's like at the end of the day, I'm like, Usyk is the guy that I'm rocking with. Usyk is the guy that, I feel like personally that he's in a very comfortable place. He knows his game plan. He's going to stick to it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing changing. And he doesn't feel like he has to change anything up. He's like, I've been doing this for this long. It's got me here. So because of that consistency, I'm going to rock with Usyk. I think Usyk wins. I think he's either going to win by another a unanimous decision, or there's going to be possibility we might see him stop him in the 10th round. That's how I feel. But I do think we're going to have a much more exciting fight when it comes to the beginning, because I do think that AJ is going to come out very aggressive in the first 4 rounds. The problem is if he doesn't get Usyk out of there in those first 4 rounds, I do think he's going to gas. And I do think a lot of that's going to come down to the game plan that's going to be given from Robert Garcia, because we're going to have a game plan coming from someone who's never trained anyone that big. So that means if you are telling someone to be extra aggressive, who has to make sure they really make sure, they have to make sure that they really are paying attention to and tracking how much energy they're giving out, making sure they have enough energy later in the fight. If you're telling him to be aggressive in the beginning, you think he can manage that through the entire fight? He's a heavyweight, Robert Garcia. He can't do that. At some point, he's going to need a box. Will Robert Garcia teach AJ how to box? No, that's not his style. So I don't know. I don't want to sound too disrespectful toward that. That's just my personal feeling. I think the tell will be if AJ has some early success. AJ will need a good early few rounds. He will need great early few rounds. Like he'll need to get a knockdown type shit, hurt Usyk type, really make Usyk question, should I be in the ring with a true natural heavyweight? That's what he needs to do. Because at the end of the day, Usyk is a cruiserweight. So he needs to make Usyk respect you in here with a bigger dude. My biggest fear is AJ gassing. Depending on how Robert Garcia's his game plan is, he's definitely going to do that. Look what happened with Chisora. Yeah. Chisora nearly KO'd Usyk, but managed to turn the tables. But that's also because Chisora was very, very aggressive in those early rounds. Usyk did get touched. He did get hurt. But at the end of the day, that's Usyk. He's always going to stick to his game plan. He's not going to get out of his shell. He's not going to put himself in a position where I'm uncomfortable. You see what I'm saying? He's going to continue to do what he does because he believes in the shit he does, because it's got him to where he was at. And look what happened. He ended up stopping Chisora. I'm sorry. He ended up winning a decision against Chisora. AJ hasn't. You got to remember too, the difference between Chisora and AJ is Chisora, he always fights like that, right? AJ, Chisora has an identity and he hasn't changed it. AJ is like, okay, I'm gonna go from trying to outbox Usyk, now I'm gonna try and take his head off. Do you really think in the short amount of time from his last fight against Usyk to now, all of a sudden he has the cardio to take his head off for 12 rounds? No. So that's why the first 5 rounds are going to be so crucial. It's crucial, excuse me. Usyk's team knows that. AJ knows that. He needs to get him out there in the first 5 rounds because he's going to play the big man game. He's going to be heavy. He's going to be throwing bombs. He's not going to have the stamina, the energy, the muscle stamina to be able to last 12 rounds playing a big man game because he hasn't fought that way in so long. It's going to be brand new to him. Simple as that. But with everything I'm saying, I want AJ to prove me wrong. I want him to go in there and KO Usyk in 2 to 3 rounds. I'm an AJ fan. And the reason why I am an AJ fan is because I think it makes everything so exciting in the heavyweight division. You feel me? If AJ goes in there and KOs Usyk, Fury's going to have pressure to come back and fight Chisora. All that hype Fury's talking about, Chisora not signing this and not signing that. No, Fury's trying to wait out and see what's going on in the heavyweight division before he does that. Something like Joshua knocking out Usyk, beautiful for boxing. Because now you got Joseph Parker and Joe Joyce meaning so much more. Luis Ortiz versus Andy Ruiz meaning so much more. Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius meaning so much more. If Usyk beats Joshua, then we know it's going to be Usyk versus Fury next. Shit gets stale. But Joshua knocking out Usyk, it'll be crazy. Worst thing, Usyk knows all of this. Yeah. Everything AJ presents, Usyk's seen before. That's the thing. AJ has one move. All Usyk has to do is survive. Yep. All Usyk has to do is stick to his guns, do what he does, take the big shot when it comes, be able to handle that, and continue to do what he does for 12 rounds. Because AJ's only going to be effective for so long. That's just what it is. That's who he is at this point. You want to talk about finding his identity, what his identity is. That's just who he is at this point. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. No disrespect at all. But I'm like, we might as well. I'm gonna pull up the weigh-ins. Let's do the weigh-ins. So, we're 41 minutes in. It's good sometimes. We gotta say the comments. We don't want to go too crazy into it. I guess there might be a couple. Let me see. All right, Tui's back. All right, it's good. We might come back to the comments, but I want to go ahead. I want to let's react to the weigh-ins. I didn't expect to do it tonight, but I'm like, hey, let's go ahead and do it. Might as well, man. Tomorrow finna be crazy too, man. Tomorrow we finna have so much shit, so much fights, so much good shit to watch. I gotta hit my guy back right now. We're gonna have a special guest come in tonight. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna try and get to the really specifics of the boxing shit, the really detailed. Then I'm gonna bring my guy in, and you know what I'm saying. We might, deter the conversation a little bit. Right now, we're gonna focus on boxing. All right, I'm gonna pull up the weigh-ins right now. Let me see. We'll go here with it. Put that focus right on. You already know. Salute to everybody. Good times, man. All right, so we're gonna pull this up. Last one said, I feel bad with all this Ukraine stuff, wanting AJ to win so bad, but I can't help it. Loma finna be back before the end of the year too, man. He's fighting an absolute beast. AJ has been carrying the flag for too long for us. I respect that, man. I do. I respect, you know what I'm saying, you supporting your fellow countrymen. I understand what you're talking about. I understand what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. Stop that joint. My bad. Let me pull up. Finna pull up the weigh-ins. There we go. Let's watch it. I haven't seen it. I ain't watched it yet. So let's watch this joint, man. We watch it together. It's coming from Seconds Out, by the way. So salute to Seconds Out. Not too many U.S. channels covering this. And like I said, I'm a little disappointed in Eddie Hearn and his promotional, you know what I'm saying, dollars when it comes to getting the U.S. people involved. It's like he just don't give a fuck no more. But anyways, let me turn this up. By the way, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick. Be right back.
6 fights, 24 victories, 22 of those 24 victories by knockout, only 2 defeats. He's the 2-time heavyweight world champion, the fighting pride of London, England, the man known as AJ Anthony Joshua.
Here we go, y'all. Remember, y'all, this is in Saudi Arabia. So I should say last one. I'm like, last one only went up in here. But have you seen the weigh-ins yet, last one? Hey, I said this too in the Deontay. Excuse me, I didn't say this in Deontay. I said this in when I was looking over the first face-offs. I was like, man, AJ's been wearing his headphones a lot. I remember when Deontay Wilder was wearing his headphones.
Record is a perfect one.
A lot of people want to say a lot of shit.
19 victories, 13
Look,
wins
AJ was
by
ready to
knockout.
go straight
The
into the
former
weigh-in and found out he
undisputed
couldn't. He said, "Give me my
cruiserweight
headphones
world
back."
champion and currently the reigning and defending undefeated unified heavyweight
We are back, though. I'm using the
champion
bathroom real
of
quick.
the world, fighting for and representing the sovereign nation of Ukraine, Alexander Usyk. First onto the scales will be the former two-time world champion, now the challenger. He steps onto the scales with that record of 24 victories, 22 wins by knockout, only 2 defeats. From London, England, here is AJ Anthony Joshua. Yeah. 110.9 kilos for the challenger, former two-time world champion AJ Anthony Joshua. Next on to the scales, his perfect record of 19 fights, 19 wins, 13 KOs, the reigning and defending unified heavyweight world champion, Alexander Usyk. One hundred 100.5 kilos for the reigning and defending champion, Alexander Usyk. Here they are, face-to-face challenger and champion, the rematch the world has been waiting for. It's all tomorrow night at the Rage on the Red Sea here in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. 12 rounds of boxing for the unified heavyweight championship of the world. It's AJ versus Usyk for the unified heavyweight championship of the world, the Rage on the Red Sea here in Jeddah, in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
They ain't even breaking the stair. AJ always wears a headphone sponsored by Beats. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was messed up. He did a video with Dre in New York and lost to Ruiz. And let that man live. It happens. That's how it goes sometimes. They ain't even breaking the stair. You see this? This intense in the mud. What did Usyk come in at?
Who will it be? AJ or Usyk? The Rage on the Red Sea.
Look at this
tomorrow
stare
night,
off, bruh.
Jeddah.
This shit
Saudi
different.
Arabia.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do real quick. I know I missed a little bit.
Broadcast
My
to the
bad, last one.
On DAZN
I just want to see real
and
quick
Sky
what did
Sports
Usyk weigh in at.
One hundred 100.5
Oh, Usyk
kilos
222.
for the
Okay.
reigning and defending champion.
I appreciate you doing the math for me because you know what I'm saying. I don't know when they translate it. All right, I'm gonna go back to the stare down.
Of the world, the Rage on the Red Sea here in Jeddah.
AJ 244. He got 20 pounds on Usyk. Sheesh, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. He got 20 pounds on the Usyk. What y'all think? What you think, last one? You think it's gonna matter? You think weight makes a difference in this particular fight? You think it's skill? You know what I'm saying? What you think? Hell of a stare down. I'll say this though, AJ looks lean though. He don't look like the
Who would
bulky
be
244. He looks lean, man.
AJ
So I think he's
the
looking to be
rage
able to
on the
use them
Red
feet.
Sea
I really don't.
tomorrow
I
night.
think AJ is
Jeddah,
going to surprise him.
Saudi
Surprise
Arabia.
us. I don't think he's going to be looking
Broadcast for
to
the
bully him.
world on DAZN and Sky Sports
I
box
don't think that.
office.
Didn't matter in the first one. Yeah, but I feel like AJ came in a little heavy. Like, look at him. He looks lean, man. I don't know, man. I might be taking about some of my predictions. I think we might see. I think a lot of people was
Style
thinking
is a
like
language. It's a way of connecting with others. It's a way of expressing oneself.
big bitches.
I like to.
That wasn't necessary. My bad. I didn't mean for y'all to see the big bitches dancing. All right, we back. The big bitches was dancing. They was dancing. The big bitches. Let's go with it, Zen. So let's see what they got to say. You feel me? But AJ looks lean, man. AJ looks leaner than usual. Like he has the weight on him, but he looks leaner than usual. Let's talk about it. What's good with it? Let's talk about it in the building. Weight always matter when it comes to two people having skills. But what if one of them skill level is levels above the other? Does weight play that much a significant role? That's not me disrespecting AJ, but come on, man. Usyk is a much more skilled boxer than AJ.
Excuse me, sir. Just in the way.
AJ is a skilled enough boxer where his physicality will come into play. Not everyone can say that. Majority can't say that in boxing.
Have you been tricking us all along?
Питання.
Look at that hair,
Ми
man.
багато спостерігали за
Can y'all
твоєю
hear that?
вагою і сподівалися,
Let me turn
що
it up.
вона буде більше. Чи то був просто такий кут камери, чи щось
Okay, I hear that.
відбулося?
А бачите, не завжди сподівання стають реальністю.
You see, your expectations not every time are met.
Tell us what you saw when you looked into his eyes.
They
There
look
was
like
a
an evil
long
supervillain,
stare
nigga.
down between the two of you.
У вас був, ви довго тримали
I'm
погляд.
finna kill
Ну,
Mr.
що
Incredible
ти
and he's
побачив
never
в
gonna
його
come back.
очах?
Себе?
Myself.
Tell us what happens tomorrow night.
Відображає.
It was the reflection of myself.
Dang.
Tell us what happens tomorrow night in
That
that
nigga confident
reflection.
as hell. Look at that
Were you
nigga's
still
eyes.
holding those belts when you
Nigga look like he
walk out
finna
the ring tomorrow night? Is it and
shoot
still?
laser beams.
І що ти бачив у відображенні в його очах, що ти виходиш з рингу з поясами?
Ми завтра побачимо це.
We're gonna see it tomorrow.
You have a final message. A lot of people back home watching. A lot of people around the world watching.
Чи є в тебе фінальний меседж для всіх, хто дивиться тебе по всьому світу?
Дякую всім, з Богом.
Thank you very much. Lord help us.
Thank you. Good luck. Let's just swing you right round and go straight over to Anthony Joshua. Anthony, same question to you. That was a long head-to-head there. What was going through your mind as you?
I do want to say this right off the bat. They disrespecting Usyk. Usyk is the champion. Usually you interview the champion last. Why are they interviewing AJ last? So that's just a tall tale right there. I might be in my conspiracy theory 410 hat type mode, but why are they interviewing Anthony Joshua last and he's the challenger? Let's get it.
You looked into his eyes.
Not much. It's just a face-off. I always say, for me personally, face-offs don't mean nothing. Just about the bell ringing and us throwing leather, really. Face-offs don't win fights.
All day, let's talk
Obviously,
about
so
it.
much talk about his weight. He's there or thereabouts. I think you're just about 4 pounds heavier. And does that change your sort of approach at all? Were you preparing for a heavier Usyk, or you just got all eyes on your game plan and what you're doing?
I'll be honest, all this stuff don't matter, just about the fight.
Talk
Real
about
talk.
it.
All this stuff, weight,
Let's talk
face-offs,
about
none
it.
of it matters to me. Just looking forward to the fight.
Okay, your final thoughts then. You will have imagined that fight.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis persists, put it in check.
Niggas hitting the. Let me skip that for y'all. We're going to go right back up into it. You already know. We back. You feel me?
How does that fight go tomorrow?
Just ready for 12 rounds, 100%. 100% ready for 12 rounds, and anything short of that is a bonus.
12 rounds or less. Wish you the best of luck.
Move that back for a little
Does
bit
that
for y'all.
fight go tomorrow?
Matters to me. Just looking forward to the fight.
Okay, your final thoughts then. You will have imagined that fight. You will have visualized that fight. How does that fight go tomorrow?
Just ready for 12 rounds, 100%. 100% ready for 12 rounds, and anything short of that is a bonus.
12 rounds or less. Wish you the best of luck.
So he's ready for 12 rounds. He said it right there. He said his game plan right there, y'all. Y'all know that, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes.
He said his game plan right there. He said, I'm ready for 12 rounds. So he's obviously going to be like, see, this is why I said I knew it. See, everyone was thinking, okay, he hired Robert Garcia. He's gonna look to play the big man game. He's gonna look to bully Usyk. He's gonna look to come forward. Nah, man. There's a reason why Anthony Joshua looks that lean. He's going to try and outbox him again. The reason why I'm not really upset with that decision is because I think what he's going to do, he's going to have a similar game plan that he did the first fight, but he's going to implement rounds where now Robert Garcia comes into play, where he's going to bully him, right? The entire 12 rounds when it came to him versus Usyk in the first fight, he tried to outbox him. Didn't go that well. But what if I change it up? What if maybe the first 2-3 rounds, lying on my feet, staying on my back foot, I'm not even engaging. It's a boring fight. And then the fourth round comes. Now here comes the bully tactics. Take some chances. Fifth round, same thing. Sixth, seventh round, I go back to the same. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really getting hit. Light on my feet, throwing some things. You know what I'm saying? Jabs, staying on the outside. I got a longer reach. I know I can't get hit if I don't want to get hit. And then after the 7th, 8th round, now 9th, 10th, I come back in. Bully tactics, bully tactics, bully tactics. I think that's what we're going to see implemented here. I don't think we're going to see a reckless AJ that people are trying to, and not reckless, but a calculated recklessness where I'm going to be extra and put my weight on you and George Foreman come in extra. Nah, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think we're going to see him utilizing the jab, staying on his back foot, using hooks, but he's not going to stand in front of him. Remember, he stood in front of Usyk a lot in the first fight. I think he's going, what we saw him, the way we saw him box against Ruiz, we'll see this again, but we're also going to see rounds where he implements the big man game against Usyk, because he won't implement that against Ruiz because Ruiz has the power to hurt him. I don't think AJ feels like Usyk has that one punch power if he decides to get a little bit sloppy and aggressive, where he's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, that's still a risk. There's still ways that obviously Usyk can, but I'm just saying I think that's what's going to be the game plan for AJ. Let's talk about said no, meaning that if it goes 12 rounds, he's ready for it. That's my opinion. Okay, I just went that long rant, but let's talk about it. Said I interpreted it a totally different way, so I respect that for sure. I can see him meaning it that way too. Maybe AJ does. He's saying like, oh, I'm gonna get him out of there. But that's how you know what I'm saying. But I can respect that. Last one say, get ready for the judges robbing Ukraine worse than Putin jokes. Damn. So you think there's a big possibility that Usyk can just go in there and have a great fight, but if it goes to the judges, it's not gonna go to the Usyk. You know what I'm saying? Is that what you're saying? Remember, they're in is it Dubai or Saudi Arabia? Which one is it? It's one of them. So it's not like they're in neutral ground, or it's not like they're in one person's backyard. It's, you know, who paid the most money? That's who paid. Last one said, I don't see how AJ can win on points. The reason why I can see it is because it'll be a very boring fight. It'll be very similar to what we saw Andy Ruiz versus AJ. The thing about that, though, and the difference is Usyk's going to come in enough shape where if AJ tries to make it a boring fight, stay on the outside, use his jab, and make sure he doesn't put himself in any danger, and maybe at certain points he's going to engage, so it looks as if he's the one who's implementing or who's the one dictating most of the action. I think Usyk has traps and different ways to box because he's so skillful, much more skillful than Andy Ruiz, in my personal opinion, and much more dedicated, discipline, that he will be able to find ways to negate those type of things. Because at the end of the day, if Usyk takes away Anthony Joshua's jab, his game plan is going to be nullified. Because at the end of the day, if you're someone like Joshua, your jab leads everything, because your jab is always your most effective opponent, or excuse me, your most effective component when it comes to your skill set. Usyk, remember, took away the jab of Joshua, not the entire fight, but in certain rounds. So that's also an aspect that people have to keep in mind as well. I also want to say AJ doesn't use a lot of lateral movement, but remember against Ruiz, he did. He was circling the ring a lot. He was definitely staying on his outside. But I think he got comfortable because he fought Pulev, and Pulev, he outboxed Pulev and stayed in front of him. He probably felt like Usyk, it was smaller than Pulev. There's no way, you know what I'm saying, I can't do a pull to Pulev that I can do to him. And I think that was the problem. That's why when I circle back and I say the identity of AJ, he don't really have a solid one, because he's won he's had some great victories having different fighting styles, never necessarily being consistent. But the problem with that is You know what I'm saying? It's like you throwing a dice and you gambling because it's like, all right, which fighting style we're going to pick for this particular fighter to hope it works rather than someone who, you know what I'm saying, you know who they are, you know what they're going to come with, and they're confident enough in their ability where it's like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't got to be on this no extra bullshit. I've been doing this is what I got to do, and I'm going to do it. That's a different type of level of, you know what I'm saying, confidence. You know what I'm saying? That's just food for Usyk. I agree. Dubai is in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, that's a fact. You're right. So technically, it's happening in both. Anyway, but that's how I feel about the fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna be on no extra shit. You feel me? That's how I personally feel. But I'm excited for the fight. It's happening tomorrow. Also, what's happening tomorrow? We got Leon Edwards versus Usman 2. I can't wait for that card. We're definitely gonna be on that for the Fluence Lounge. And then we got the. I'm so hurt because we were supposed to have Adrian Broner fighting tomorrow, man, against Figueroa, but you know, Broner dealing with his things. I ain't got no disrespect toward him for what's going on. So it is what it is, man. But we also got the bare knuckle fighting, man. Bare knuckle fighting side of the game. You feel me? So that's gonna be fire too. Michael Venom Pay. But see, that's gonna be early too. I feel like it's gonna be around the AJ fight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, anyways. All right, so this is what we're gonna do from here. I'm gonna respond to a couple more comments. And then we're going to switch up the vibes a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know, we always on the boxing type side of shit. You feel me? Talking to boxing. We may talk a little bit of boxing, but I'm going to have a special guest coming here, man. Family member, dog. I ain't talked to him in a long time, but we're going to present it here. But before we even get to that point, you know what I'm saying? We're going to do a couple more comments. If y'all got any topics, drop them in the topics. But soon, I'm gonna bring my dog in here. I'm gonna see too. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna hit Zen, see if Zen want to come up in the joint too. But we finna go off the rails. It ain't gonna be the usual, the straight up boxing talk. We just gonna be talking. We just gonna be saluting. So if y'all got any topics, anything you want to refer to, you know what I'm saying, make sure you do. So let me hit him real quick. I know my dogs. Zen, salute. Lost one. What's up? All right, so I want to go back to the comments just for a little bit. I want to answer some of the comments because I be feeling like sometimes I be being a little disrespectful to the comments. I be getting into some. I'm going crazy. I'm like, I gotta go into it. But I'm happy we ended up covering the AJ Usyk fight because I wanted to. But then I was like, I may not do it. So I appreciate Last One for coming in here and making sure we covered that for sure. So, all right, I'm gonna pull out the comments. We're gonna cover a couple of these. Then we're going to change some things up. You feel me? We're going to go into a different type of vibe. All right. So it's coming from Vegas VIPS. Showtime. Steven Espinoza claims Jake Paul accepted the fight. Black Goose TV, that's racist. I put laugh out loud. Beautiful joke. Bobby, good take. Last one coming in. I got to jump out. But I hope you was in and going live tomorrow. Yeah, last one. You already know. We're going live. Hey, we're going to be live for every fight. So whichever one you can jump in, make sure you jump in, brother. But I appreciate you, Last One, for being up in here, man. You had the chat jumping, so I appreciate you, bro. Blessings to you. I know it's late over there too, man. I know it's mad late. All right, but good take coming from Bobby. Salute to you, Bobby. King of Kings, A612, great vid, very unbiased. However, I think you were too nice. I believe this does fall in the middle. Rockman, regardless of how hard it's going to be signed a contract to make a way in several interviews stated would not be a problem. He had a great team in place. So at that point, he's accountable. Just because something is hard doesn't make you exempt from your responsibility. However, this card was really made around Tommy versus Jake. With barely a month left, you take a short notice fight against a very unknown fighter. Popularity-wise, I get who his father is, but he's not him. And so with the uphill battle Jake already faced with the hardcore fans, he's selling a short notice fight with the fighter. At less than a 5K following on social media. So now once Rockman plays his hand, it shows he can't make the weight. And let's be honest, wasn't even really going to try. To give it all party ways out, Rafalta fell on everyone because absolutely this fight wasn't selling great. To the proof is in the ticket sales and the complaints about the $60 pay-per-views cost. So Jake and team took advantage of Rockman not making weight and just cut their losses, save face, and move on from this. But Rockman is still at fault because had he just made the weight or at least showed he could get close, he would take all credibility away from Jake if they tried to pull out. So I believe it's a 50-50. Rockman gave the opening, Jake and team took it. Now, I appreciate the response. Very detailed. And at the end, I had to give the most emphasis to the end because at the end you said, I'm giving it 50-50, but you talked all about what Rockman didn't do wrong. And that's what I'm pointing out, and I see. Very detailed though, brother. I really like. You should use. I don't know. You probably have a YouTube. You should do a YouTube channel. You seem very detailed, and what I would say is, man, start watching boxing. If you just, this is what I'm gonna say. Ask him, and I said I was gonna ask him this. My question: do you only watch boxing when Jake Paul is involved, or do you? Oh, that's I'm gonna leave it at that. And I said great response, but I think you were putting a little too much blame on Rockman. In my opinion, he didn't even get the chance to make weight cancel before he could. But that was a great response. A little bias, but great response. Chatting with boxing. Excuse me, chatting boxing with Yemi. I hope I say this. Babatunde. Warren should have demanded that Dubai Fight's purse be an escrow. And this was in response to Daniel Boy claiming Don King Styles had paid him, which is that's crazy. And I responded, I said, Frank Warren claims he has nothing to do with the fight, purse, or fight to be exact. And then in response, another thing he said, George Foreman, Larry Holmes, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Bermain Sterveen, and now Daniel Dubois, unless you're a complete nobody in terms of public awareness as a fighter, you have no business being signed to Don King. And I said, I agree, but why is Don King trying to bring Frank Warren and all this saying he owes him money? Chatting box with Yemi Babatunde said, petty revenge and jealousy. Don King is a nobody now, whereas Frank Warren is still a major force in boxing. I respect that, and you are probably right. Why is Frank Warren telling Don King to leave him out of it? Let me make sure I always spell Dubai's name wrong. Okay, O-I, yeah. But Dubai is, but let me do this. Is Dubai's promoter. That's the only thing that doesn't make sense to me. I respect that. You were probably right, but why is Frank Warren telling Don King to leave him out of it? But he's Dubai's promoter, and he's like trying to take a distance, like, oh, you did the purse bid, so you did the purse bid, so you put the money in, so I'm void of everything. But I know, like, yeah, you're void of payment to an extent, but I'm like, you're his promoter. Like, why aren't you fighting harder to get your guy, you know what I'm saying, the money he deserves? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. That shit just, anyways, we gonna move on. Ebony C, we need to get this man his money. That's crazy. Responded facts. Ebony Sweet, Jake Paul's star power may be fading. I believe he wanted a reason to cancel the fight because of low ticket sales, which makes a lot of sense. The fights are rigged anyways. He pays those boxers to lose. Hard to argue that. Hard to argue that. For real, for real. Salute to the people, though, for real, man. Happy Friday to everybody. Let's talk about in the building. Let me see what he got to say. Jake did not want to fight. He's a YouTuber and trying to do publicity, in my opinion. Yeah. He goes where the money goes, and he sees there's money in boxing. Like, YouTube boxing is a thing. That's why I'm like, as us who really enjoys combat sports, we have to accept the fact that this YouTube boxing thing is real. There is a lane for that. They have cards. They're selling pay-per-views. It's wild, man. This shit fucking crazy. Like, there's a lane. Like, it's like nowadays with the internet, there's a lane for everything. And what's crazy now is, like, the lane isn't as skilled as it's supposed to be. Like, beforehand, you have to be mad skilled and shit just to get an opportunity. Now it's like you just kind of have to, people know you. It's really different now. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a couple more of these comments. Let me go right here because I feel like this was the last time I stopped. Truth is, this is and I like this, man. This is a new topic, so I'm happy. So we're gonna do a couple more topics. I'm gonna invite my brother in. You feel me? We're just gonna have some interesting topics. Excuse me, some discussions. I don't even got. I don't know specifically what to touch on, but you know what I'm saying. We're just gonna talk, see how brother going. You know what I'm saying? Facts. But when you meet your match, your range can go down, and I think he couldn't win. That's a fact. I can't argue that. But truth is best for business. This is a big test for Joyce, and this is Joe Joyce versus Joseph Parker is official September 24th. I can't wait for that fight. Shit, that's such a fire fight. We got Ortiz, Andy Ruiz. We got Anthony Joshua Usyk this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got so much fire at Deontay Wilder, Robert Helenius, and then we got Joseph Parker, Joe Joyce. Like, we got so much fire fights, man. I can't wait, man. Heavyweight division is back going crazy, but this is a big test for Joyce. It's a way up, a level for Joyce, who is yet to have a big fight in the pros. I don't know if I agree with him not having a big fight in the pros yet. Maybe not as big as Joseph Parker, but I don't know. He's had some solid wins. He doesn't look pretty in the ring. Why does everybody always talk about how he looks in the ring? He gets the job done, but I'm like, did you see what he did against Daniel Dubois off of a jab? He broke his audible off a jab. Did you see what he did against Bermain Sterine? He seems to always find a way. He keeps coming. Big blockhead. He's a giant too, massive guy. Looks like a nightmare to fight. But then you got Parker, who disappointed us all and got lazy and too comfortable with his trainer Barry. Yes, very true. But since he's been with Andy Lee, he's found his second gear and looks like his threat. The threat he always should have been. I don't know if I agree with that. He does look a little bit better, but he still doesn't look like he used to. Boy has he's still young, but it's not really about age when it comes to boxing. It's about the mileage. I can have a 2021 car, but if it got 70,000 miles on it, I'd rather go ahead and give me a 2017 car that got 30,000 miles on it. You see what I'm saying? It's not always about the age when it comes to boxing. So he doesn't duck. No one, like everyone says, big balls. He will land a lot on Joyce, and Joyce will keep coming. That's the thing. I'm like, Parker doesn't have the power to stop Chisora. You think he has the power to stop Joyce from coming forward? But how many hits would the ref let these guys take? I think Parker wins because the referee jumps in because Joyce has taken too much hits. Oh my God. Y'all going to be surprised when you see Parker stop for the first time about Joyce. I'm going to bet on this fight. I'm tired of y'all disrespecting Joyce. But Joyce will still be standing. That's my opinion. This fight comes down to the ref. First 3 rounds is going to be fire. Very happy with this fight. It's official. Warren Lord. The Wall. Beautiful comment. Uma's fighting UFC. I'm spelling it wrong. Oh, Usman. Yeah, we're going to be live for that tomorrow. We're finna be lit. Fluence Lounge all day. You already know? So I'm going to say, I disagree completely with your take. Parker doesn't have the power to even make Joyce stumble. Joyce will do Joseph Parker worse than he did Dubai. Let's watch. I said I disagree completely with your take. Parker doesn't have the power to even make Joyce stumble. Joyce would do Joseph Parker worse than he did Dubai. Just watch. I truly believe that. I'm not going to come back with nothing crazy. But the disrespect Joyce gets just because of how he looks is wild. Hey, this is from Dream A Reality. Salute to you. Hey, love your videos on my box channel as well, so find this really interesting. Salute to you, Dream A Reality. And what I'll do for Dream A Reality right now, I'm going to go and I'm subscribing to your channel. Because you know it's nothing but support. And I'll clip this for y'all so y'all can see it. Actually, let me do this so y'all can see me subscribing to the brother's channel. Oh, well, it's still going to do an extra tab. All right. But I'm subscribing to the channel right now. Dream A Reality. So salute to you, man. Appreciate you watching the channel, man. Just keep grinding, man. That's it. It's come from Victor Supreme. Yep. Battle of the chin, speed versus stamina. Not only stamina, but power. You see what Joyce did to buy off a jab. And it's like people forget that. Like the buy is a beast. Dubo, like whatever. I know I'm saying the name wrong, but he's a beast. And for y'all to be that way is crazy. For y'all to disrespect Joe Joyce the way y'all do is crazy to me. This is where we had a little back and forth. I'm gonna stop it right here for the comments, though. Salute to AJ. Appreciate you commenting on it. Like it's one of the few women that support the channel, so I appreciate all the women. But that's what next Friday we starting with AJ's comment, and then we're gonna work our way up. So salute to you, AJ. But we're gonna get into a different lane right now. You feel me? This is gonna be the opportunity. Anybody got a topic? Please drop it in the field, man. Drop it in the chat, man. I'm about to send a link. On time friend of mine, you know what I'm saying, on a long time. My brother, we're gonna chop it up, man. We're just gonna have a good time. So, and remember, y'all know I'm falling in love with the clips. So we're gonna clip everything up. We're gonna have everything clipped, but we're gonna have a switch. We're probably not gonna really be talking about much about boxing unless y'all want to, man. Drop it in the comment. We're gonna get into it, but we finna have a good time. So what I'm gonna have them do. Tell him to just click the link. I'm finna hit Zen. I'm gonna see if I can get Zen in here right now for a little bit just to show his face. I know he out there mingling with the women's, you feel me? But I'm gonna see if I can get him up in here, you know what I'm saying? So we can have a good time. You feel me? Salute to everybody, man. Happy Friday, Fluence Friday, man. You already know what it is. Hey, look. Hold on. All right, bet. So salute to the people, man, as always, man. So them both bums. Look, let's talk about it. That's real disrespectful. First and foremost, Joe Joyce is not a bum. Daniel Dubai is not a bum. That's crazy if you really think that. Let's talk about it. That's highly disrespectful. I don't ain't no way, man. But tomorrow I want to talk about this too. I for sure want to talk about this too. When it comes to tomorrow, we got Usman, Leon Edwards too. I'm definitely gonna be going live for that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The only reason I really want to watch that fight tomorrow is because Leon Edwards is a goddamn beast. But the other reason is because Luke Rockhold, man, I got called out today. Actually, I'm gonna pull that comment up because I for sure got called out. Like I for sure got called out. So I'm gonna pull this. I want to pull this one up because this joint made me laugh than a motherfucker. By the way, once again, I want to salute because we don't have too many female supporters, man. So I want to salute AJ. Appreciate you. Call this out. We're gonna do better. But Knockout Box TV. I know you're probably mad at me. I'm gonna respond. You know, I work a regular job, so sometimes I be too. Anyways, I got called out for real. Hold up. Here we go. Right here, Troy Taylor. Laugh my ass off. This aged well. And it was me saying Luke Rockhold was the best to ever do it. And I just want to look. We gotta watch the way I'm feeling right now. We on some different shit. So we gonna look, man. This is the shit I was saying, man. Like this was after he lost. This is after he lost to Jan BlakGooseTV. I know I said that wrong. Excuse me. I gotta do better than that.
Luke Rockhold the best to ever do it. No, we're not. Let me pause this. Luke Rockhold the best to ever do it. Middleweight division, light heavyweight division. I hope he don't retire because I really feel like Luke Rockhold the best to ever do it. All the disrespect he getting, unwarranted. All y'all disrespecting him, all y'all talking that hate, y'all just hating on him. Because y'all know the truth. Luke Rockhold, Go. No one will ever beat him. I promise, man. Look, okay, yeah, he did just lose. It happens. But once everything get right, I'm telling you, John Jones will take an L to this man. Luke Rockhold is a GOAT. I hope he don't retire. He the best.
So he went on, and he actually went on a 3-year hiatus after I posted that video. It was unfortunate. But he's back this weekend, and he's fighting Paulo Costa. So that's gonna be. I'm nervous, but I really think Luke, you can win this, my nigga. You got this. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't know why I even went in that, but I'm just being 100, man. I'm really like tomorrow. I'm really invested because Leon Edwards. I've been a long time fan of Leon Edwards. Even though Kamaru Usman, I love Kamaru Usman. He does his thing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing against Kamaru Usman. He really do what he do. You know what I'm saying? But Leon Edwards, there's something about Leon Edwards, man. I'm just like, I think it's his time. I think it's his time to really showcase what he's about. So I can't wait for that fight. Luke Rockhold versus Paulo Costa. That's really the fight that I'm really there for. You know what I'm saying? Because I want Luke Rockhold to please avenge all of his losses and beat Paulo Costa, man. That's all I'm just hoping for, and I'm waiting for, and I'm praying. And then Jose Aldo is a legend, so I can't wait for that fight too. So we got that. And then tomorrow, obviously, we already covered the weigh-ins. AJ, we got AJ Usyk. That's going to be crazy. Anybody? Oh, yeah, my bad. Anybody wants to check out the link? Let me repost the link for my people. Because I'm telling people, hey, yo, click the link. So if y'all want to join in, you feel me? Got any topics you want to talk about, any type of bullshit, the link right there is in the chat. You feel me? Just click on that joint, plug it in. You there? I can have you join, man. So anyway, so Jose Aldo, I can't wait for that fight. Jose Aldo is an absolute legend. And then we got AJ Usyk. Obviously, we did the weigh-ins. A special surprise that's going to be happening tomorrow. Also, that I didn't even talk about is the BKFC. You feel me? We got Michael Venom Page versus Mike Perry. We got our boy Zien in the building. What's good with Zien? Let's go. Let's bring him in. My guy. Hold up. Let me get this right.
Okay, cool.
What's good with it, bruh?
What's the deal with you, dog?
How you feeling, my nigga? What's happening, man? Happy
Yo,
Friday. Salute.
I'm off the goose, yeah. I'm off the goose.
Off the goo. I feel it, man. I'm off I don't know what I'm off of.
Hey, man, you ain't
I'm
got
Fluence, you feel me?
Man, you feeling great. That's what you feeling.
Absolutely, man. What's good with it though, man? Happy Friday. You know tomorrow gonna be. Oh, go ahead, hit it.
All I want to say is this guy knows, I know, and he knows I know, but I'm gonna give this man his props because I've been liking this energy that Luke Rockhold's been giving all week. He got Dana on his boots. This week, boy. That boy talking about he speaking that fan and that.
Wait, can I say this real quick? Y'all don't know. Zen is probably the biggest hater when it comes to Luke Rockhold. This nigga is like, if you want to talk about top 5 haters of Luke Rockhold, Zen has to be at least top 3. And the fact that he's giving Luke Rockhold, go ahead. I never thought I'd see today. Go ahead. Nigga.
Nah, man, I've been looking at everything he was saying all week, man. He was like, "What I got to lose? I got nothing to lose. You want to go against me? Okay." I'm liking that energy. And then he's just like, Dana, man, it's the same thing, man. Nothing changed, man. They need to change. You know, he's going at Dana. He's like, you think because I got to retire and I got to be at this certain spot to speak my mind? No, fuck that. I was like, hey, okay. I like that. And when I saw him coming up with it, Paulo think it's going to be easy work. I'm just like, look, the dangerous man is the man that got nothing to lose, man. That's all I got to say. And the fact that he vocally said that, and he got Dana here talking about he's speaking gibberish and da-da-da-da, I'm like, yeah, Luke got these dudes on their back foot.
So I'm like, this is the first time I've ever heard you talk positive about Luke Rockhold. So are you saying that you are possibly saying he might beat Costa, or are you just saying I like the energy?
I like the energy. It's just Rockhold, sometimes he gets into that mode where it's like he should be he's too aggressive. I don't know. It's weird with Luke, man, because Luke he be in positions to wins, and then he just has a malfunction at the wrong time, and the opponent usually capitalizes on it. So if he can make sure that
Romero, excuse me, Romero, that's what happened.
So it's just like if he can make Paulo tired and he's not tired, then I think he has a better shot. But if he's
But I
going
think
there trying to show that, you know, I can go back and forth with him, then I think he might lose.
wouldn't you think basically is one of the main game plans he's gonna have to implement is trying to wrestle, or you think what
It's just tough because he's never really done that.
in a long time?
Yeah, in a minute, like
Yeah.
and it's just like he's been fluctuating with weight, so it's like everything I've seen on his Instagram that he posted, he's focusing more on his hands. So I'm like, you saw,
But Luke Rockhold is a high level jiu-jitsu. He's a black belt. So at the same time, it's like even though he's not showing that, it's like he's very high level when it comes to his grappling.
I'm not saying he can't
his
do it. It's not about what he. It's like a dude that probably has a great mid-range jumper, but he never uses it. So it's like that's the key, right? You like,
okay, yeah, I love that analogy. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, bro, like when we in the gym, their mid-range is unstoppable. We can't, but when we get in the game time, all you want to do is get to the rim or just pass the ball. Like, why don't you shoot that joint? You know what I mean? So it's like the same with Luke. It's like you got things into your ability, but you get to a point where you get so locked in on either trying to prove other people wrong or you start trying to, you going back and forth with your opponent and you get out of what can win you the fight versus I'm trying to prove to you what I can do. Where it's like, nah, don't do that.
So do you feel like he's being a little bit too extra? Because I'm like, you're almost making me want to like pull up some of the like the weigh-ins and stuff like that. Because he is being a lot more, what's the word for it? He's being a lot more expressive than usual. And one of the things that he has voiced, personally that he's changed in his life is he stopped alcohol and, what I'm saying, he microdoses mushrooms and he felt like he had enlightenment and he just feels like he's like, I got to be myself. So I feel like it's not necessarily that we're seeing, like, oh, we should be worried about something or this is the case that's happening. But I think it's more so that we're seeing who Rockhold always was, but he had a realization. And he also talked about some trials and tribulations that he went through in the case of, losing a young one and wanted to get married and etc. And it didn't go the way he was. So it's like, I also feel like he's been through so much where it's like, he's looking at life, his age, and he's saying, okay, a lot of us fall into this mistake. Oh, this shit is forever type shit.
Luke Rockhold, now, of course, AB is on a different plateau because he's a 4-time champ, but they're in the same position. It's like, okay, AB might not fight this week. It hurt my heart when I saw the news that you broke. I was very disappointed. But I'm like, whenever he does choose to fight again, it's the same as Rockhold. This is their last shot of people taking them serious. So for Luke, that's his best approach at this point. It's like, I can't be faking. I can't be mincing words. I can't be trying to act like, he went he attacked, well, I won't say he attacked, but he defended his boy. What was the dude? He was saying that the reporter said he was Mexican, but he's from
I don't know the reporter's name, but I know what you're talking about. Are you talking about Vera though?
Vera, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
he was saying
Vera,
how he
that's who he was defending. Yeah, I don't know who the reporter who talked, but
but he was defending Vera and stuff. But see, like when I see things like that, it's like, okay, I think you have everything in the works, but your greatest enemy is sometimes yourself. You know what I mean? So it's like, is Luke gonna destroy himself, or is he actually gonna go back to the things that got him to where he was at one point, and that was being a champion? So it's like, but seeing that how he's got everybody on their back foot is a good stepping stone that he hasn't had before. Before he was quiet, he was modest. He was just coming in.
Even to take it a little bit a step further, not even modest, like awkward. Almost like he wanted to not be modest, but it was like he didn't really know how to not be modest. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like you can tell he had an arrogance to him, but in the same way, it came off like he's not really arrogant because he's so goddamn awkward. So it's like I can't. It was like he was in a weird position in a sense.
Yeah, me, I get to talking a lot of cash about that man fast, but what I've been seeing the whole week and what I've been seeing the face-offs and stuff like that, like he's on some I don't give a damn what's up. You know what I mean? And I'm like, sometimes that might have to be your approach. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry about, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about what he got, who's behind him, what's going on. You feel me?
Usman being extra too.
Okay. Huh?
I said Usman being extra too, though.
You said Usman?
Yeah.
What Usman been doing?
He been extra. But hold on. We got a special guest in the building. So let's bring him in this joint. Hopefully we got the three-way. You feel me? We got young Corleone. We're gonna bring him in.
You kick Shan out?
Nah, nigga, I don't know what happened to this camera, but what's good with it, bruh?
Man, I'm here.
Hey, salute, man. Hey, like I said, real quick, I do want to say this to the people. I told y'all, man. All right, I had to go. I did a whole talk all that shit, and I'm gonna clip the joint up. I'm gonna clip the joint up. But I told y'all in the whole beginning. Oh, we got backbeat. Oh no. All right, in the whole beginning, we had the boxing. We had to respond to the comments. We got that out the way. All right, we here. Whole nother vibe. Hey, what's good with it? First and foremost, I do want to say this. Zen, appreciate you hopping up in here, you know what I'm saying? Because I know it's Friday night, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Young nigga, you want to go school. So I appreciate you, brother. You know what I'm saying? And what was good with it though? The first time ever up in the Black Goose TV family, you know what I'm saying? Showing love. What's good with it, Corleone? How you feeling, man? What's up?
Bro, I'm actually feeling pretty good. I after I hit you when I was saying was at that golf course, I definitely had a nice tall Stella. You know what I'm saying? While I was hitting my pin, you know what I'm saying, to get my tiger on, and it felt great. I honestly, like, out of 100 balls, I probably had a good 25, like a good 25. Where I was like,
I don't know what that means, but all right.
It means I actually hit them. The other ones kind of like just rolled forward.
Well, shit, you said a number, so I was assuming you hit some of them motherfuckers, but I didn't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. Nigga, I didn't know what the score was.
It was average. No, it was bad. It was bad, but it was fun though. So that's all that mattered for me.
Okay, yeah, that's all. That's it.
Got to the crib. You feel me? Been listening to music. I was listening to the songs that me Chan made, and I've been writing to this beat. I was feeling inspired. So I decided to write on some Apple Valley shit.
That right here is funny right here, bro.
Talk about it. You already know. I want to let y'all know right now, man. The elevation when it comes to this channel has come a long way. It's in like
let's talk about it. My bad, bro. What's good, bro? I didn't even see
I know. I was like, I've had that for a minute. You didn't respond, but I'm like, for real. I wish like Dub Right Side something would come up in here. Like, but there's a reason why I got the link up in there. I want people to come up in here. I want people to talk. I'm like, no, but look, just don't be on no bullshit. But anyway, salute to you though, for real, Corleone, man. I appreciate you coming up in here, man. Blessing the channel. You know what I'm saying? Talking about what you're talking about. Hey, I want to say this too. Look, Zen, what you doing? Respect. Corleone, what you doing? Respect. Look, guys, you guys got to understand. At the end of the day, I don't want to be on no bullshit. I don't want anybody else to be on no bullshit. But you got to stay focused. You got to make sure you keep your eyes on the prize. You got to make sure you stay clear, for real. But all right, let's get in this real quick. Zen, I want to ask you this: how your day been, man? How's the day going? Talk to me.
I'm gonna answer that after I make my comment. Usyk finna give Joshua that work.
See, I knew he was like, I had something loaded up in the clip, but I was like, man, why is it? I knew he has. Go ahead, my brother.
I'm just saying, man.
Y'all know I'm Fluence now. We an hour 33 in, so you know I'm Fluence now at this point.
I was looking at the weigh-ins, man. Joshua looking too. His best bet, and you already said it. People ain't probably tapped in. Go ahead, tap in. Go scroll down all the way back to September, about 20th, 18th, 19th, all the build up to the fight to the 22nd when they fought. My boy Fluence said the best bet Joshua got to beat this man is doing what? The big boy game. Boy not looking too big right now.
Talk about it.
So
talk about it.
What that is,
he lean, right? But he's still a big boy. He's a big boy, but he's lean compared to what he usually is.
When have you ever seen Joshua that lean and dominate?
He beat Joseph Parker like that?
You talking about Joseph Parker? We talking about Usyk? Who better than Usyk right now?
I just had Lost One trying to tell me that Joseph Parker is gonna beat your choice.
And you know, Lost One is smoking that. I ain't want to get into that, but you know,
that's because I respect Lost One because he always goes for his countrymen.
That's fine, but you know, Joe Joyce is a whole. What did Tyson Fury say about Joe Joyce?
He said he gonna be the next big. You know what I'm saying? If there's anybody's gonna win, it's gonna be Joe. Like, yeah.
And you know, Fury know boxing, and you know he don't need to boost that man up none. He could have said anything about that man. He said, "Nah, George Joyce is the one person you don't want to be fighting." So with that being said, all I'm saying is when it comes to Usyk, you see what he got on his head? I'm not even trying to shoot on you, my boy.
But he looks scary.
I don't know what that is, but I'm like, whatever that was on that man's head, that look like serious business because he don't care.
We're good. Because I know Corleone over here. He's like, hey, look, it's a boxing child. We always go back to boxing at the end of the day. So I'm like, that's just how it goes.
Man, it's a good time. I'm having a good time.
We appreciate you being over here. But go ahead and get it. I love when Zen be going on his rants because the nigga. Because I'm just gonna clip it and I'm gonna put a disrespectful title because you just take
whatever is on that man's head. I don't know what that is, bro. It look like
that's
Samurai
a warrior,
Jack,
nigga. He an Indian, well, not an Indian, but he
look like Samurai
Indian,
Jack,
nigga.
low key. Yeah, I don't know if anybody watched Samurai Jack. He had that little thing on his head. He used to go to work. All I'm saying is Joshua was in trouble.
That was his hair.
He looked lean, and that's fine. Lean is all that's fine, but it's like Joshua is
6'5", 6'6", 244 lean, nigga.
That's fine.
Leanest he's ever seen.
Joshua knock anybody out.
Our West is in the building. What's good with it, our West? Good to see you, brother.
I'm just saying he over here he's not Aki right now. He's not looking Aki right now, man.
Nah.
He's doing the reverse effect what Wilder did against Fury. Wilder got what? He got too big.
Yo.
And then Joshua's getting too lean. That's what I'm saying, man. I see
my guys, hey, that's one of the greatest. So it's basically like Wilder did what Anthony Joshua did, and Anthony Joshua should have did what Wilder did. Like they crisscross they pass, and they gonna lose because of it.
I'm telling you, bro.
Beautiful, yo.
That's pretty good.
I'm seeing it. I'm like, man, people. I already lost money on Usyk, so I already know what type of time he coming on. Now he got more fuel to the fire. He got his country being attacked.
Yeah, I remember that. He was like, shot put the joint on AJ. I was like, look, nigga, I don't know, man. Like, you might lose this joint.
And it's crazy because the snipers trying to help me get my money, and I ignored him, and I paid the cost.
And I said that, and this is what I love about his sniper is like, his sniper is really like, even if he don't be in the lives, he do be watching the joints because I remember once I was debating with Dub Right Side. And I was saying, it's like, yeah, I make predictions and my predictions are cool. But I'm like, it's snipers. That nigga's, if you want to make money, it's snipers has only been wrong like maybe like 1 or 2 times. And that nigga just came up in the chat, like in the comment section, like after it was posted, like, I appreciate you, Flu. I was like, but I'm like, that's for real. I'm like, if you want to make real, like, I know my shit, but I'm like, it's snipers. Like, if you want to make money, like, listen to that nigga when he says something. Because he don't miss.
He's right for the most part, bro. He was wrong about Pina this last time, though.
Yeah, but he made, but think about the money he made the first time with Pina.
Yeah, nah. So whatever he put on her, it was like, whatever, chalk it up to the game.
Like that nigga made, like how many people could say, like, think about how much. Anyways, I don't want to say on my back, Corleone. I don't want to throw a question over to you because I want to keep you involved. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to feel like you out of the sense. I don't. Go ahead.
Hey fam, you good? I'm just sitting there like reading the comments, and this shit is great. This nigga likes talk about it. It's like, yo, spit something.
Oh yeah, he did. He keeps on trying to. Okay, go ahead. Hit it, Corleone. While we, you know what I'm saying, boxing a little break. Go ahead.
Me?
Give him some. Because this nigga artist, you know what I'm saying? Plug your YouTube, everything, man. Plug it.
All right. Man, I got you. I'm a. Hey, Shan, you mind if I spit something from our shit?
Nigga, just spit this shit
off the top of your head, nigga.
You didn't ask my question. Nigga.
Just spit, bro. I
don't matter what it is.
Man. This man's over here side. Look,
you don't matter.
Here.
No. Stop. Zid. No. I know you can go ahead. Let Corleone just let it get off.
Step back, you know what? Been a champion. Step back, James Harden. I want to travel again. Her feet kicked up, mimosas and a vacation. Cause we more than friends. The success, what you get when your energy good. When you finicky, nothing is as good as it could be. Trust me, cause I've been in my Birkin and my Duffy. Even though the streets is trying to cuff me, I don't need anyone to love me. Lies that I tell myself so I sleep. Bobbing in the dark is where I be. So give me the light and the foresight to figure it out. They say bigger the risk, that's the bigger the doubt. But you know, with more money, bigger the house. Motivated by them long nights all on them couches.
You know, I'm gonna clip that, right?
Do that. Do what you gotta do.
I'm gonna clip the motherfucker. There you go. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
The nigga want me to spit something. You know what I'm saying?
There y'all go. Let's talk about it. Corleone came in, hit you with the joint.
But hey, where can I find these fights? You know, like niggas is fighting at this very second. Where this fight at?
Oh,
tomorrow
we gonna have the Fluence
tomorrow.
live.
Oh, okay. So y'all okay? See, I'm all at the. I had a long.
Look, our West good. He's giving you the love. So you get some love over here. See,
I appreciate that, fam. You know what I'm saying?
He giving you love. Hey, and tomorrow, nigga, come on now. I know you was. He spit that.
I'm gonna watch.
Look, real quick. Corleone used to be on the joint. I know, like, come on now, nigga. You know the fights ain't tonight, nigga.
Yeah,
this shit real. We don't be on no bullshit on this bitch. I don't. Go ahead. Zan.
See, I'm looking at the time.
Remember, Eddie Hearn used to do the little Friday cards sometimes.
We gotta be on our Eddie Hearn sometimes.
Last time,
niggas, fake niggas
lie,
out.
last time I remember a Friday night card, it ruined one of a potential, boxing guys' careers.
Depending on how long y'all want to be up on this joint, we can really get into some real topics. I have some topics ready and based and written, but we can get into real topics. We can go away from the boxing. And I'm gonna tell y'all this too. I love y'all, Black Goose TV family, and we gonna keep doing what we doing boxing. But y'all just be ready, man. There's gonna be another channel that's gonna pop off very soon, and it's gonna be everything but boxing. Because I can't keep this mind just specifically focused on one thing. A lot of y'all niggas is missing some shit. So,
hey, all y'all women out there, y'all
talk
be
about
careful,
it,
man.
I want to say that I'm sorry, Zen.
No, you good.
Zen, because Zen my God, man. I built this shit with Zen. I was watching our reaction video to what was I was watching? It was me, you, and Bino. And I forgot which it was. I was like, that shit just popped up, nigga. And I was watching that shit, nigga. I was like, niggas really.
Hey, Bino is crazy, fool. I swear, Bino used to have me rolling. Hey, the funniest gotta be when Dominique came and you was turned up. He said, "Bro, he lost, bro. He lost." You was like, "Hell no, that's bullshit." He was like, "No, nigga, he lost." I was like, Bino really tired of hearing that shit too. He like, "Hell no, nigga, this nigga lost."
Bino, my nigga, for real. Bino, and I'm like, yo, Bino. That nigga the second gunner, for real, for real.
I'm telling you, I told you.
Crazy.
Hey, he know I've been constant. Hey, and if you need somebody to replace him right now, man, Bino, tap in. Tap in, Bino.
I'm mad fluid. I'm getting to the point I'm going to use the bathroom in a minute. But for real, look, okay, hold up. Our West Showbox used to do them Friday night fights too. Yeah, facts. Let's talk about, okay, that was cool. Get the fire stick. I don't know what the fuck that means. Let's talk about it. Explain. I don't know. Let's talk about it. Y'all don't remember. I forgot the original. See, let's talk about this one of the few longtime Black Goose family members, or like mid Black Goose family members, where he had an original name that was dope, and then he changed it to even a better name. It's like, damn, like, nigga, you smart. But
what was his name? I forgot, nigga.
I know I forgot the original too, but it was a good because his original was so good. So that's why I'm like, but it's Snipers. He changed his name, and I respect it. But I'm like, it's Snipers is just
I'm gonna keep
legendary. It's iconic.
This is Snipers to me. No disrespect to him.
No, he knows because he knows for us. He's like, we remember you. Anyways, Corleone, man. I don't want you to leave out this, man. Hey, you got anything you want to say to the people, man? We here, we live, man. Hour 42 in it.
Last question. Let's talk about it. Said, do you think all women are queens and all men are kings?
Oh, I love it. Okay, let's talk about it. I love it. Go ahead, Corleone. I'm gonna let you start off with that. Let's talk about it. We're going into a different lane.
Nah. I think royalty has to come from
clipping this, so you know.
It's got to come from a place of like, I don't know. It's got to come from within. It's got to come from soul. You know what I mean? Like it's got to come from spirit. And it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like everybody is it, because like, you know what I'm saying? It's something that you have to like actually be. So I'm gonna go with a no. Not everybody's a king, not everybody a queen.
I think it's all mindset. It's if you willing to have that mindset or not. And what I mean by that is about, you feel me? Like Flu a king, right? Because Flu, not only do he do stuff for this, but he do stuff for other people, right? He was Bruce Wayne the other day. No, Batman. I'm sorry.
Save that little nigga, man.
But you get what I'm saying? But
Trying to
like
get his
that's
teeth stomped out, nigga.
but that's king shit though, because most
Back.
niggas would have just seen that, laughed, and drove by. You like, nah, I can't see this no more. All these other people watching this.
They could have called the police on me. I literally drove my shit. I said room on them niggas like I was finna run them over for them not to make sure they want to stomp on them. Because at first I'm gonna be real. You know what I'm saying? It was a little yell out first, like, hey, yo, stop that shit. And I was like, hey, stop. Nobody listened. And then when I roomed on them, then them niggas ran. Because they thought I was finna
but you get my point though. You'll do that, right? You'll go and you do that, and then on top of that, you'll go an hour later and be like daily check-in, get y'all work in, and then you'll come in and put more videos out. But on top of that, I don't even want to get into your personal life, but you'll do some things outside where people don't even know.
You want to talk about that?
I ain't gonna talk about it, but I'm just saying. My point is, it's a multitude of things that you gotta do to satisfy yourself as a king, right? Because king lead they people, regardless if they want to or not.
But it's all perspective though too. You gotta understand that a lot of people don't necessarily put certain things in the basket where they feel like it's important or where they feel like it should be deserved respect. What you feel like is important isn't important to somebody else. It's all perspective.
But that's why everybody can't be a king or a queen, right? Queen gonna understand they.
That's your perspective though. That comes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good. I see you playing the devil's advocate, but I'm saying as far as. Right, I'm not saying you can't see yourself as a king, but I'm talking about is one thing to look at yourself as one and actually doing things that are somewhat a king like, if that makes sense, right? I'm not saying everybody that can't look at themselves in a royalty, aspect, but I'm saying as far as doing the thing, right? You're doing the groundwork on top of probably believing that versus somebody believing it but not doing the groundwork.
So Corleone, I want you to go into this because now we're going into semantics, vocabulary, definitions, opinions, aspects, speculation. What if I were to tell you that the definition or the way someone believes in something or looks at something or to perceive something is all relative on their experiences? So no one can ever have the same mindset in the sense of how they perceive something because everyone's experiences are different. But yet all we're doing every day is trying to justify what we feel like is right. But how can you justify what is right to you when I haven't had the same experiences that you have had? Excuse me.
I think, well, okay, so I agree because I think that I think that 50 people can look at one thing, you know what I'm saying, and see something a little bit different. You know what I mean? So I think there can be in like validity to the fact that everybody has a different opinion, has a different perspective. I don't, but personally, I think that's why it's not force. That's why I don't force my opinion on nobody. It's like, all right, nigga, this is my opinion. This is what I believe.
This is what I'm gonna do to you. I'm gonna make you pinpoint something. This is how I'm gonna come at Corleone right now, because I know I know you're not used to being this. You know what I'm saying? Like. But we always, because I'm like, y'all gonna see Corleone a lot more from here on out. I am, and I'm making a promise. We go. But I'm gonna ask you this. You can't always be so open to everything in the sense of you don't decide for yourself that this is what I'm going to be specifically targeted at. Because if you're not specifically targeting something that you're going to be focusing and building on, how can you make sure something can grow? If I have 500 plants. And I equally distribute all my attention to those 500 plants, do you not think there will be a larger ratio of those plants dying than if I decided to focus on a certain amount?
I see exactly what you're saying. And I'm in agreement with you because I believe that I'm just the type of person to like that believes in what he believes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
like,
respect that.
and I can't, like, you know what I'm saying? I can't like make nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I gotta focus on what I gotta focus on. I can't, there's so much earth there's so much earth, there's so many people, so many perspectives. It's like, I know I can't believe in it all because there's no way to even know it all. You know what I mean? Like
that's a very intelligent response.
Oh, thank you.
Because in a sense, you stood your ground, but at the same time, you necessarily didn't answer my question. Because you knew that you did not agree with what I said, but in the same sense, no, that's the problem. That's it. That's why you didn't necessarily directly answer my response, because you agree with me, but you know at the same time, it's like that doesn't necessarily align with my beliefs.
I think it does align with my beliefs. That's what I'm saying. I think we actually share similar perspective on this.
Okay. Let's talk about it. Said I agree with Zen. Being a king is being a leader. How others see you. I can think I'm a lawyer, but I'm not in people's eyes. Do you have a response to that, Zen? He's obviously agreeing with you, but you have a continuation of what he has to say.
Like at one point, even though we have different perspectives, something has to be absolute, right? Something has to be like, we breathe air. Somebody can't deny that we breathe air, right? So I'm saying there has to be something that we can be like, look, this is what it is, and there shouldn't be debate about it, right? But then if you're saying, what do you think about this music? Then you should have 100,000 different comments because you're asking an opinion. But if you're saying, look, the moon and the stars in this is all in line because of the galaxy or whatever scientific, proof that can sustain that statement, somebody shouldn't be like, that's not true because I don't believe that, right? If I can prove that the earth was flat and I could prove that, somebody shouldn't be like, well, when I see the projections out of space, it's round, so you're wrong. It's like, nah, bro, if I can prove it and I can show you that.
How do you prove something?
You gotta just, figure out the facts. Like, I can prove that we breathe air.
Something?
And honestly, like,
how do you prove something in nowadays age? You can prove a lot of stuff. If I were to come to you right now, wait. If I were to come to you right now and say, I'm going to prove to you right now that I'm a white male, I can do that.
You probably could.
Why? Because I could just put a lot of shit together as bullshit, and then it's like you got to believe it.
Yeah.
But or the opposite. But hey, you didn't know it. I have a white dad. Like, how do you prove something in today's day and age when there's so much information out where you can literally say this is right, this is true because you can find it on the internet. That's how much information is out. Is you can literally prove anything. So you can literally say everything is right nowadays.
But I'm saying it's all about distinguishing, right? Everybody can't make it, right? Everybody ain't gonna understand everything, right? Not everybody's gonna be able to be, you can't change everybody's mindset, right? You could tell somebody about financial literacy, but if they're not willing to adapt to that, understand it, and really be willing to to figure out what that is, then they're not gonna comprehend it, right? It could be us three right here. Somebody could right now could be like, hey, I can try to make sure that y'all make 100K if y'all follow my financial literacy things I learned over my life. All three of us could be like, you bullshit, F you, or we can be like, you know what? I'm gonna give this guy a try, or that's not for me. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that shows you that not everybody's gonna be able to be on that one, that certain mindset, right? So it's like it has to be a mindset too. So that's why everybody's built differently. So it's like within our journeys and within our own perspectives, can we all, me and Fluence can be like, all right, we have a different journey, but we could believe like, okay, we got to work hard. You got to have a routine. When we do a routine, we got to make sure we do these things and we can agree on those things. But doesn't mean the next person is wrong because they don't agree on those things, right? But just because what we do and what he do doesn't mean that they're wrong, right? But it has a similar concept to it, right?
But I really want to stick to, before we got to the Fluence and on top of the consistency, etc. But before that, like the aspect of what you were thinking of before that, and I'm looking at something a certain way, and this is the outcome that's going to come from. I was interested to see what Corleone had to say in response to that, because like if you don't believe in corporate, you won't believe in a lot of things that you're saying, then. Like, because there's different avenues in how you can see certain things. I'm not saying what I'm saying is anything to do with what Colin's going to say, but I can see where there's a different aspect that can come in with how you're looking at things and saying like, well, I don't agree with that because what if I don't want to follow those rules, but there's examples of me of people not following those rules and making money. It's like it's the same argument. You feel me? So
that goes back to just distinguishment, though, right? So it's like, what can you distinguish as right and wrong, right? Some people don't think it's wrong to kill their mama. Does that mean that's right?
But it depends on the circumstances. I know that sounds fucked up, but it depends on. It's like
I know.
you have a good relationship with your mom, but what if someone has the worst relationship with their mom and they can justify it? Where does your stance come now? Where is your morality now?
It has to.
What are you saying is right? Oh, it's just my family, so I should not do it, or is it like this person did me so wrong? Is it really like that's just a sticky situation?
But when I'm saying that, I'm not saying it in she's the worst person. I'm saying that she probably tried to do the best for him, but he doesn't take it that way. He thinks she's ruining his life. You get what I'm saying?
I want to hear what Corleone has to say, because he has says, and I know he wanted to say something, so I want to let Corleone say something.
You know, I think relativity is one of the most interesting things, like about like just human existence, because like like shit in context does matter, because like ultimately, you know what I'm saying, like the idea of like, oh yeah, like, you know, like for example, the having to like kill your mom situation, you know what I'm saying, like if somebody just did it like out of the blue, it's pretty fucked up, right? But like but in a situation where somebody may have been like abused for like 14 15 years and the kid just snaps, like, you know what I'm saying, like that's a situation where it'd be like, damn, like we can be a little more understanding of that of this kid, like, who, you know what I mean. So like to take that to maybe something like, you know what I'm saying, something else like I don't know, like even like food, you know what I'm saying, like the type of food that we may choose to eat, like even those things, I may choose to eat a particular way because of the information I have. Somebody else may not have information, therefore they believe, you know what I'm saying, what they're doing is a way, I believe what I'm doing is a way, and it's like who's to say what is truth?
But this is how I'm gonna fuck you up, Corleone, because you think you humble, you think you basis. That's arrogant than a motherfucker. Because you think your choice of lifestyle of what you eating and what you doing is better than someone who's choosing something that you feel like is not healthy to them.
That's not what I said.
Because of that, you feel like you don't understand the perspective of, if someone comes into a situation and they choose to do something violent, it's almost like I gotta choose. You know, you can't stand for one or the other. And I'm challenging it. I'm not telling them I'm right or anything like that. Come back at me, hit me. But I'm like, that's what I say. I'm like, that's a and call me out for my shit. That's why I always be in support of. But for me, from what I'm seeing is, you're looking at it in the aspect of, this is a situation, this is your options, and in the reality, your options are not that person's options.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. I wasn't saying that my option, like that what I choose to do is better than somebody. What I was saying is, like, I do something and somebody else does something, that doesn't make it right or wrong. That's what I'm saying. Like it's all about relativity.
Let's talk about, say, you can have different journeys, but have a pure heart. A pure heart is a good person. A good person, you can't take that away. I also added, no, it's not right to kill your mother no matter what, because it's not right to take a life unless they're trying to take your life. And so that's actually ingredients to what Corleone was saying. But what if this was the aspect, right? What if your mother was never good to you? She never cared about you, in no sense that she ever made sure that you was on a path where something would make sense for you to be able to be in a position where you can succeed in this life, talk down to you. And even when you started doing things that were good, would you think that would call for a sense for you to possibly think to yourself, I'm finna, ooh? Or do you think that's just pettiness to the entire degree? I'm just throwing questions. That's it.
Just pettiness, bro. I'm like, because you do something to me doesn't mean I got to do something to you. I mean, that's the nature if somebody wants to do. It's easy to do that, right? It's easy. If you slap me, I want to slap you.
Majority of people do that, though. Majority of people are like, if you do something to me, I'm gonna do something to you.
But see, that goes back to the question: are there kings and queens, though? Because the king's not going to do the same thing a peasant does. A king's not going to do the same thing a peon might do, right? So it's like, I'm not saying, in the form of a king too, right? It has to come with a different dialogue, because a king can be looked at as a dictatorship, right? They're ruthless. They're they're not for the people of that nature. When I think of the word king, see that's where it goes back to definition, right? When I think of the word king, I think say you try to be a betterment to excuse me, you're trying to be a betterment to your community. You're trying to do things that help your community or people, and you're trying to give light and enlightenment to your people.
Exactly. Yeah, it really is a matter of perspective, and not everybody is on the same shit. That's why I think that's why it's important to find people who are for sure, and stick. You know what I'm saying, and find your people and love them, because not everybody's has the same perspective.
But one thing I think that's being misunderstood, and a lot of people might not be spiritual, but I feel like God talks to people through people, right? So when people say certain things, you feel me, free will comes into play, right? It's like, are you gonna hear what that person's saying and be like, you know what, that speaks to me? Or you're gonna be like, man, I don't care what he's saying, I'm gonna do my own thing, right? So it's like life is a big game, to where it's like, can you decipher through the BS and recognize the good, right? And I think that's what's a benefit that some people aren't fortunate, right? Some people are always directed to the bad, right? You always see these women say men ain't no good because they always get the wrong men. Well, it sounds like they always, being directed towards that energy because they're not listening to other energy that's being spoke to them. You know what I mean? Like Flu, you can attest to that. You gave some good advice to somebody, and you said, the way I'm hearing on this phone, something bad gonna happen. And what happened that night? Something bad happened. But that person at that time was like, you tripping, ain't nothing bad gonna happen. You get what I'm saying? But you were speaking, it might not even been you speaking in a sense. It might have just been your spirit being like, what I'm hearing, this isn't it. Like this some off. Like some is leading me to believe that what you're talking about is not gonna come true. You know what I mean? So it's like that's the, what I'm saying? That's the, unhidden thing that a lot of people don't really, want to listen to, right? You always have that good devil and that, that good and that bad on your shoulders, how they, depict in the cartoons. Are you gonna listen to that person that's actually trying to give you good advice, or are you gonna lean towards more than somebody that you might like, or what they're saying sounds better? You're like, you know what, that's what I want to rock with right tonight.
Anything you want to respond to that, Corleone?
I think that's a beautiful perspective of and I guess I've heard it like in different ways. I like the devil and the devil and the angel, or like the higher self versus the lower self, and ultimately I think we have moments where we just got to choose, or like if we're taking in information, being like, yeah, I guess the same thing, be like, all right, like, is this truth to me, or this my bad. I guess like with things that are considered like perspective, not necessarily like facts, like gravity, or like is this maroon, or like do I have locks? You know what I mean? Like yes, like these are facts, but when it comes to like perspective things, like it, I guess I agree with Chandler. Like it really, man, yeah, it's you got to be able to decipher and have discernment. I think my mama calls it discernment. Like that's the word she typically calls it.
Yeah. So I agree with exactly what Zen's saying. A lot of things that Zen's saying. I understand where you're coming from, especially Corleone in agreement to what Zen's saying. Let's talk about, he said, eating healthy and violence are two different things. Eating healthy is going to help you live longer. That's a fact from medical and from back in the day. Killing somebody is still taking somebody's life. He also went on to say, it doesn't matter. She brought you in this world. You still can't kill him. Or I think he meant to say you still can't kill her because you're emotionally and physically hurt.
That's
go ahead.
I let's talk about it. I get exactly what you're saying, and I don't think that any one of us are like saying like it's okay to kill your mama.
Yeah,
I don't think none of us is saying that. I think we're saying that like there like
circumstance,
like that we can kind of see the logical sequence of events that led to that. As a, you know what I'm saying, like, and like that doesn't mean that it's right or that it's absent of consequence. That nigga's gonna get locked up. But you know what I'm saying.
That's
but
not being naive though. It's not like at the end of the day, someone can birth you and not do wrong by you.
That's fact.
And I know it's hard for a lot of people to really comprehend that and really, be like, okay, that's a possibility, but it just is what it is. I'm like, this, you guys got to understand, like, I see the world in a very specific and particular way. And the way I see it is, hey, you only got so many years projected of what they say for you to be on this world, and that's all you got. And then what you believe beyond that is what you believe beyond that, and what you perceive beyond that is what you perceive beyond that. So with that being the case, for you to try to put something into a box, into an octagon, a square, a circle, whatever the case may be, it's like you really can't. Because especially nowadays, with how much the progression of the internet, technology, shit just wild now, man. We want to talk about people talking about there was a wild, wild west back in the 1940s, 1930s. If you had older parents, they loved their westerns. That was the wild, wild west. Like, nah, like you ain't seen the wild, wild west yet. Look when this internet get popping, you ain't gonna be able to control nothing. So, like that's how I be seeing it. I'm like, it's like we're getting to a point where there's so many different avenues, so many different ways to listen, click something to support an ideology, an idea that's maybe not the most I want to be careful with what I'm saying. So it's just like hey yo.
But
you want go ahead.
All I'm trying to say, Flu, is this, right? I could be working on me, right? Because this is what that's your big thing. Like, okay, he killed his mama because of what he went through, right? But it's like that Benji Wilson story, right? Benji Wilson was tripping, you feel me? From what was told, he was saying, you ain't gonna do nothing with you. Whoop, dude got his ego bruised. He like, what? I got the gun. What you mean? Boom, popped him. Boom, killed a big superstar in the a big state like Chicago, right? The other dude, he didn't find any peace, right? That's at the end of the day, we all trying to find, right? As much as you're saying the Wild Wild West, it's wild out here, bro. It's peace, right? So it's like that dude found peace because he's like, look, I messed up. I blew his cap back blue, but how I can find my peace and you feel me, how I feel like I can redeem myself is trying to teach a kid that might be in a similar shoes as me or be feeling how they feeling with me, and I can go back and try to, you feel me? He might not reach everybody, but if he feel like he reached one person, he feel like that's where his peace might come from.
But it's like, I agree with you. Like, that's the thing I feel like people are kind of missing. It's like, I agree with everything you're saying, but the reason why shit can sound cynical from what I'm saying is, yeah, that's dope. We can talk about that one person that have a great story that they trying to, what I'm saying, make sure the youth is good and all that stuff. But when we're talking about the majority, it's like, at the end of the day, a lot of motherfuckers is lost. You feel me? And we really look at how this shit is going. It's like I swear I hate being that person, but it's like,
well, the only reason I'm being only reason I'm coming that on my perspective because you is coming on that perspective. So I'm trying to give. This is a conversation where I'm trying to get.
I know that, but that's like I still have to bring up the fact where it's like, I'm that type of nigga where I'm the same way. I'm like, it's like hell, it's like that's what we should be promoting in Najim, but at the same day, or at the same time, excuse me, it's like it's like, yeah, it was all fun and games when I put up the quick little video talking about I'm being Bruce Wayne and shit. Like, yeah, that was being funny for the most part, but like really for me being a real nigga, I should have been serious because I'm like that young nigga, 15, 16-year-old, like 14, I don't know what age was, like, you know what I'm saying, that particular moment could define his whole entire life for the future. You know what I'm saying? It's weird talking about it because it's like, damn, I'm an old nigga. Like, I don't remember. I didn't think I was ever, but it's like for real. It's like, so for me, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, he was getting stomped out. I had to stop it. But then it's like, oh wait, I stopped it, but now this nigga can go and get his get back. It's like, wait, you know what I'm saying? It's like, wait, maybe he should have got it because I'm like, hey, you good? But he's like, nah, I'm gonna get my get back. It's like, wait, hold up, maybe I should let you got stopped out, nigga. Maybe you need to learn a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
it's crazy, but just because you did something right doesn't mean it was wrong, right? He might say he better get a get back. He gonna learn his lesson another way God got for him, right? You did your job. You saved him from, you feel me? That's something that shouldn't have happened, right? They had beef. or whatever you saw.
What if that nigga like did some real mad disrespectful shit though? That's the crazy part. What if I like ended up finding out the reason why he was doing it? Because like he hit his sister when she was just going to get some sandwiches.
It's still not wrong though, bro.
Yeah, it's still good energy from you. You know what I'm saying? You like what you did still did with good energy.
No, we gotta stop doing that to us. We gotta stop lying to us. Like I'm gonna be straightforward. I'm like, nah, that's cap. Cause I'm like, I could have done saved this nigga's life. And what if I found out like, hey, this nigga sucked my sister, and I was fighting this nigga because of it, and everyone was like, you know what I'm saying?
Then they gonna get that nigga back tomorrow.
You know what I'm saying? It's like this nigga socked my sister. Like I had to fight this nigga, and everybody was mad about it. It's like, why you hitting the chick and you ain't want to get the 1-on-1?
But that's the same reason. Somebody said they got locked out of their car. You helped them get in their car, and the whole time it was somebody else's car. It's like you were doing the right thing, but it could have been deception, right? Anybody can get deceived, right? Somebody can tell you they broke as a joke on the street. Whole time you figure out 3 months later that person you gave money to had a whole BMW 6 Series. You can be like, damn, he finessed mine.
You don't think these homeless people don't got jobs?
I'm just saying, I'm putting in perspective where it's like, just because you do something good and might be deceived doesn't mean that act wasn't a good act, though. The intention was still pure. That's all I'm saying. But for you, you're coming at it, well, my pure intention could lead to this. Where it's like, that has nothing to do with you, though. Because it's like, I mean, if you mind your business and that boy died, then what?
Let's talk about that. We have to hear God speaking to you. That's your spirit, like we taking the test. And you pick. And you see when he was like, I knew I should have picked to see if that's your spirit talking to you. You getting real religious. Let's talk about it. Damn, I didn't know you so religious. Influence. He gave me the influence.
Yeah.
The reason being our souls getting fed more than our spirit. Well, I actually agree with that. I'm like, that's the game plan. Like, you're not supposed to feed your spirit. You're not supposed to feed your spiritual. You're not supposed to feed anything other than your physical in this world. And it's been perfected. It's like a lot of people want to say, like, it's interesting. Like you'll see, you hear a lot of old people just because they appreciate the life that they have on this earth. They appreciate the time that they have. And they'll say, I wish I was young. But in reality, if you look back in the times before this, it was a lot more simpler. Everything was a lot more basic. A lot of things were off the land, the earth, fruit, vegetables, etc. Now everything is so concentrated. Everything is technology. Everything is so distant basic. Everything is not, in my personal opinion, it's not a natural, normal factor for how human beings, as far as our species, should interact with each other. That's my personal opinion. I might be going to that boring shit, but.
No, you good. I ain't gonna lie, boys. I'm about to hop off. I'm about to get ready to get the going for the night. But I appreciate you.
Get them joints, Zen.
Are you about to step out?
Yeah, I'm about to just hit a couple of these bars, man. See what's going on in the streets.
Hold up, before you hit them bars, before you go in the streets,
you making me feel
gotta bless the people.
I'm sleep soon, nigga. You about to go out now? That's crazy.
No, wait. You gotta bless the people with some bless the people with the bars, and then for Corleone. Nigga say he's sleepy, but I'm finna challenge him with some topics, and I'm gonna see if he's gonna be able to. I'm gonna see if he's gonna be able to take the heat, because it's time. Because you know this is the interview, nigga. Let's see if Corleone can take the heat.
Let's get it. Chuck, you about to split?
Hit with some bars, dog.
Got 8 bars for y'all, and I'm out of here.
All right, hit it. Yeah. Let the people know.
Tell them.
BGE TV, we here giving y'all good content. I'm just like trying to get these dollars, and I'm going hard, bitch. And I'm trying to get these dollars every single day with my brothers. I don't give a damn what you be talking about. You ain't gonna top me. Nobody know what I go through. I be going hard every day in the coop. What you know about doing what I do? I be moving like I gotta really move. I be feeling like I'm flu in the stew, cause I'm going hard every day. Like, ooh, you can never stop me, cause I'm about to do me, and I'm about to do me like I'm Mobley. Contino, looking at her like she trying to get the Beano. I'm trying to get the money, and I'm trying to get C notes. You never gonna stop me, cause I'm trying to be B.O. We about to be the greatest of the thing that you see. Oh, That's what I got right there.
Figured you was them quick bars.
He said 8. He was like, you know what? I gotta give him a quick Kobe. I gotta give him a 24.
RP for real. You anything you want to say to the people before you get up out of here, Zen?
Don't count out Luke Rockhold. Hope AD's okay.
Hey, you gonna be here for Fluence Lounge tomorrow, bro?
Of course, that's why I'm telling them that.
You finna be lit. Oh, I can't wait. Hey, I'm happy you said that. So I do. This is why I'm here. That's why I'm living, man. Because Luke Rockhold finna. Before you leave, Zen, I had a nigga be on some petty shit and randomly just on the Luke Rockhold video. You probably don't remember it. You might. It was a quick short. It was 3 years ago after Rockhold got KO'd by John BlakGooseTV, and I was like, he finna beat John Jones. I had a nigga. He commented. He was like, "Oh, this video aged well." I was like, "Ah, nigga, because you know." I was like, "Oh, fuck this nigga." I was like, "You got jokes." I was like, "Fuck you," because I was hyping him. I was like, "Hey, he might have lost me. He finna be the greatest ever, etc." And this nigga didn't fight again.
Hey, if you win tomorrow, you know what you could do on your reply now.
Hey, I respect it though. I'm like, hey, look, y'all see. I'm like, hey, look, I ride for the motherfuckers I really fuck with. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I'm a fanboy at the end of the day. I'm still very critical, but at the end of the day, I'm a fanboy still when it comes to my favorite fighters. I'm very hurt Adrian Broner ain't fighting this weekend. So
man, you when you told me when I saw that video, I was like, I can't believe it.
It is what it is. I don't even want to talk about that. I don't want to ruin my night.
Facts.
Fucked up.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed night, man.
Zen in the building, you already know. Much love to my guy.
Yes, sir. I'll be here tomorrow, though. We're going to be tuned in. We have better quality, better everything, baby.
Everything.
Yes, sir. I'm out of here, though.
All right, peace.
Zen, my guy. Salute to you. You're going to be back tomorrow for real. What's good with it, Corleone? Good to have you in the building, man. First time ever.
Be in the building, man.
Faded. And like, I'm going to tell you right now, y'all got to have beef with me. We on the boxing side of the game for real. But y'all already know, at some point, I'm going to make a second YouTube channel. And it's going to be everything but boxing. Because it's like, I got a whole entire different mindset that I need to share with the people. And I'm keeping it in. So I don't want to get it limited to boxing. So at some point, I'm definitely going to do that second YouTube channel. That's a fact.
Did you invest in a professional camera? Is this what is this? This looks great. This looks fantastic.
It's solid, but I'm definitely gonna upgrade from this. Like I said to the people, to the BlakGooseTV family, we everything we're doing, we constantly upgrading. We are constantly putting shit into the channel. So I'm like, this is the norm to the channel, but I'm upgrading from this very soon. Definitely before the end of the year, we're gonna have a better camera than this. So that's definitely there.
Yeah,
but Corleone. What's good, buddy, bro? I want to say salute to you, man. I appreciate you being up in here, man. I got some topics. I got some questions. All right, so anybody who's going to come up in here, man, you expecting we're going to be talking about fighting. We're going to be talking about boxing. We're going to be talking about MMA. Nah. That's why I'm doing clips now. So thank God for that. So we're definitely going to clip this so everybody who's in there for that. Y'all want to go ahead and rewind it. Y'all can watch the first whole 2 hours. All that is fighting. All that is boxing. From here on out, it's not going to have anything to do with that. We're just going to be chilling. We're just going to be talking. We're just going to be having a good time, different topics. If you got anything to say, if you guys drop up in here, you guys, rock up in here. Any topics you want to present, go ahead, put it in the live chat. I also got the actual link if you want to join in. Y'all can drop in on that as well. So with that being said, what's good with it, Corleone, man? What's up?
Man,
you feeling, man?
You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good, feeling great. And I mean that genuinely. Like I would, man, because you remember like them time. I don't like shit. Like I'm 30 now, so you remember when I was, you've been in forever, nigga. Like what I'm saying, like since I was like 15, and you remember like
I never been a judgmental nigga.
Me when I was a little bit more lost. You know what I'm saying?
Never was a judgmental nigga either,
more,
right?
Confused.
Was I ever a judgmental nigga? Was I ever a judgmental nigga?
During any of that? Nah. Like there are times where you would hold niggas accountable, but it wasn't judgment. It was just like,
thank you.
It was.
And be real. Be real. If you want to say it's like, nah, you capping. Like that's
You not.
Like this platform, you gotta understand. Like when you come and you gonna get more comfortable the more you be on here. Like this ain't cap shit. Like be on here, be comfortable, talk your shit. This is fuck ups, all that shit. Like,
hey, one thing I want y'all to know about my man's is that like he may be aggressive, but he's honest. That's the one thing I've always.
But I wasn't as aggressive as I was now when I was younger because I was confident in myself. Like I'm 100 with that. Like, and that was a lot of time my problem because in all honesty, me myself, if I was confident in myself when I was younger, I probably would have been a lot more in a successful position than I was right now. Because my ideas were right. The reason why I'm in the position I am right now is because literally I did the opposite of anything anybody ever told me. If I would listen to anybody except myself at this point, I would not be where I am. I ain't in a great position, but I'm okay. I'm good. I'm not worried about shit. So,
right, you sitting in your own house right now.
So all I'm saying is,
it's beautiful.
Like with that being the case, I'm like, and to a lot of people, that's not nothing. But you got to understand, not everybody has the same type of financial literacy that other people have. I didn't have that. So, but at the same time, I always tell people never hold an animosity towards something that was kept from you, because at a lot of time people don't understand how strong information is if you decide to reveal it to somebody who's coming up in a certain, you know what I'm saying, type of environment or a certain type of situation. Like talk, like I never understood the importance of sitting down and talking amongst a group of men or like-minded people or opposite-minded people. Like that's so important. Disagreements.
Yeah, like I feel like there are moments where we did it amongst like our friends and our friends were different, but like I don't know if I valued it the same way that I do now. Like because now like I see how important it is to like even my sanity. You know what I mean? Like if I don't feel connected to nobody, like that feels bad. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, it doesn't feel good.
Let me ask you this.
Hit me.
I know not when there's a disconnect between somebody that you feel like you want to have a connection with, it can feel a certain type of way, right? It can be a negative connotation in a sense. But let me ask you this. Do you think the reason why there's a negative, or excuse me, the reason why there's a disconnect between that person, even if it seems like a negative connotation, do you think the reason behind that is because maybe you should never be dealing with that person in the first place?
Sometimes, yeah, like that. I've definitely had those moments. And it's definitely been true in like in a few instances where when I got out of a situation, I was like, oh shit, I feel like I could feel it. It felt like a weight off of my shoulders. It felt like knots came out of my stomach. It was like I probably shouldn't have been doing that in the first place, bro. So and that's happened with women and with just like friends. But what I've noticed is that the people who like I think are like kind of like are supposed to be in my life are the ones who I look up and I'm like, like now that I like when I do take space away, when we come back, it's fire. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh shit, like, and that's when I know when it's real. It's like when the connection is there and it's not just like feelings.
But so in my personal opinion, I'm not going to put this opinion on anybody else. I feel like we're in a society necessarily where abundance, excessiveness is put upon us as if that's normal, right? So if you look at how much the proportions are offered to us when it comes to like food, etc., it's an abundance in comparison to when you look at countries outside of the U.S. The UK has a lot more. Like their large is not our large. When you look at the European, when you look at the African, their large is not our large. There's abundance when it comes to America. So in my sense, it's almost as if they know what will make us feel as if we are unsafe. And how do you feel unsafe? You feel unsafe when you become comfortable. When you're comfortable, you feel unsafe because, well, I'm so used to this being the normal when something ends up happening that's not the normal, I'm uncomfortable. Right? So, like the way I see it is the world we live in, where we live when it comes to the country, we're put in a position where now we have to be in a like, hey, we're either going to go along with what they're saying, and now we're going to be in a position where they're saying, hey, this is what you have to do, this is what needs to be taking place, this is what you have to make sure to be comfortable, this way, etc. Blah 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 blah. Or if you're on the outside of that, saying like, no, I'm not with that, I'm not with how that's going. Now you look at it in a certain way, like, okay, well, you're not complying with the rules. So it's almost a double-edged sword in today's world because the internet is so powerful.
It is. Do you? I have a question for you. do you think that your own intuition and your own like internal like brain, not only brain, but I guess like heart and spirit, do you think that is strong enough to sift through the bullshit that is the internet?
My brain, yes. Majority, no.
I appreciate your honesty, because in my head I'm like, nigga, you have sauce. I don't.
I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be an asshole, and I'm not trying to be an asshole, but yeah, and the reason why I say this is because, like I'm never gonna lie to people. Y'all know I'm Victorville to the day I die. Hyde to the day I die. That's the reason why I say Ryan Garcia is the best. That's the reason why I say Dominic Reyes is the best. Whenever it comes to the fighters that came from where I came from, I will never not go against them because Hyde does it to the day I die. I was not a motherfucker came from the mud. I'm a middle class man.
760. I got that shit tatted. Yeah,
I'm a middle class man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a middle class man that went in between a poor man and when it became a middle class man, then when it's a poor man, like it was interchanging. So I'm never gonna sit here and act like I'm someone who's not, because there's no reason for me not to. I mean, on here on live, it's 2 hours. What are we? 30 minutes. Look, you can go back. I haven't deleted any of those. Go back 3-4 years ago. I've been just doing this YouTube forever. You can see me when I was wearing my glasses and I was awkward on the channel and I was talking. I was like, hey, I was whispering like it is what it is. I don't care. Look. Gosh.
Back when you be like, and welcome back to BlakGooseTV. We're here.
That's it. That's how it was. That was my energy.
Yes.
That's what it is. But it's consistent in the basis of I enjoyed boxing. I loved it. It was a beautiful thing. I enjoyed combat sports. I enjoyed MMA. I enjoyed all of it. All that was consistent, but hey,
do you still train? Are you still
absolutely? No, yeah, absolutely.
Excellent.
I'm not the person who is. I would talk about boxing, but I don't know what happens if I'm going to set somebody up with a left hand and then come with an uppercut. Like, yeah, I done with a 2-hour. I ran 3.5 miles to start my fucking training session with, and then ended in the last 20 little intermediates with running at 12 miles or 12 speed. And then I did my workout. Like I did 7.5 miles, but like I and this is not me like talking shit, because none of this shit matters. It doesn't matter. It's just at the end of the day, it's like I appreciate the people, man. I appreciate the BlakGooseTV family, man. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to expand because I want Corleone to be on it more.
I'm gonna come more, bro.
I want to get on one. I'm trying to get my guy Zien to go ahead and start his little podcast on the channel. You feel me? So, like, how does it? Like, I don't know, man.
Hey, honestly, man. I think channel with his own podcast is a good idea too. I think that's a good idea.
So we got to have his time, because you know what I'm saying. He's younger than all of us, so he's still living his life and doing his thing. So it's like I don't want to ever intrude on that.
Hey man, so let's talk about it. Just said it's called growth, right? And that's a great segue to Chandler, because I'm so to see Zen grow so much even in the last year. In this last year, he's grown so much. His perspectives, his openness. He's not tunnel vision. He's like he's looking. His eyes are open, and it's so cool to see.
Today's day and age, people are not open to talking to someone who disagrees with them. In today's day and age, if you talk to someone who disagrees with you, you feel like they're attacking you. What? You don't agree with me? That means you saying that I ain't shit and my opinion doesn't matter. No. That means someone stands strong on their beliefs, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you can disagree to agree, or even if you don't even be, you can disagree to disagree. Someone can literally have a completely different perspective than you, and you can still be cool with them. Because at the end of the day, nigga, when you going out shooting hoops or when you going out, you know what I'm saying, you just chilling, you're not talking about, oh, how do you feel about abortions? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's what's, yeah,
Right.
that's what's scary about today's day and age.
Hey, but nah, imagine going to do a layup and you winning the game like, hey, good game, bro. Hey, so what you think about the?
Yeah. How you feel about this? It's like, wait, hold up, huh? This is how I feel. This is like, oh no, nigga, you can't. Like, what? Wait, hold up. Like, you just asked me out of nowhere. I wasn't even prepared. Like, I'm just giving you an honest answer. But it's like, nah, nigga, that shit, that's your mental to our brand. It's like, whoa. So it's like, there's aspects of like where you can make a lot more money in the day and age that we are in. Yeah, shit's a lot easier, but at the same time, it's almost like shit is more brainwashed. You feel me? It's like the more brainwashed you are, the more you'll make money, most likely.
Bro, and that's been my hardest with music and social media. That's been my I wouldn't say it's even been. I know, okay, no, it's been tough in the sense that like I know that there are particular things that I can do in order for like my page to get like super popping or for my music to be really popping, but like it's not me. You know what I mean?
I'm
like
you mad right now because it's the same shit that makes me mad. Same shit. I know what would get this YouTube popping. I know what to get this YouTube page popping. I know because I would do a little shit sometimes and it would get it like views. And it's like, and unfortunately, in today's day and age, what we living in, the world we living in, it's like at the end of the day, hey, I can make a damn good chicken marzella, right? But there's a chef that was coached under a certain person and added certain things like this is how you make it where they're always gonna pick your chicken marzella. So it's like I make a really good one, but this motherfucker I'm going against, for some reason, they always pick his. That's just day and age we live in. We can never go. We can never say that's not a possibility. We can never say that's not actually competition. We can never say that's not actually the case. There's always going to be a situation where it's like, I'm doing what I want to do. I'm trying to be solid. I'm trying to be based. I'm trying to make it seem like I'm trying to be natural. But at the end of the day, it's like, nigga, this is the product. This is the way you're supposed to go about it. You're not gonna beat that.
Nah, like you
can't.
You can't beat the machine.
It's history.
Ultimately, yeah. Like you
can't
beat like but that's why people like I know that's why people like you know what I'm saying like Nipsey were so inspirational to like I know to me at least like because he did it, you know what I'm saying, he didn't necessarily have to go with the machine the way that you would think that everybody had to, and it was kind of cool to see.
And this is where I get canceled. I agree with you, but guess what? He's dead.
I know that's a tough.
So you tell me I gotta sacrifice my life just, you know what I'm saying, to be recognized in the same, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not gonna take that chance. Fuck out of here. I want to be here too as long as I live. You feel me? It's like a lot of niggas will be like, oh, that's fucked up. And a lot of people, nigga, y'all saying y'all come from me. I'm like, I'm not from like LA, nothing like I'm from the high desert all day. I always rep it, Apple Valley to the day I motherfucking die. Dominic Reyes, Ryan Garcia, Victorville, all that. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say, nigga. I always high desert nigga to the day I die. So I'm not no scary nigga where I'm gonna be on some fake shit, act like I'm from somewhere I'm not. Nigga, high desert, Apple Valley, all day. So, but niggas will really say like, oh, you didn't support this person, you know what I'm saying, during this certain situation. So because that's the case, you know what I'm saying, you're not really paying attention to what's going on in the boxing community. I don't want to bring you into that, Corleone, because I know you don't really paying attention to boxing media, but it's like it's like hand in hand to what you're talking about, because it also comes into play to what audience you're catering to and what audience you're talking to and what audience you know what I'm saying, you bringing into the fields to pay attention to watch. So that is real. But y'all still gonna talk your shit, you're gonna say your shit, but it is what it is.
You okay, you one thing I find interesting about big artists is that like when it comes to big artists or even fans or even like, you know, like fans of boxing or like or my bad, boxers, like they can't choose who their fans are. You know what I'm saying? They can't choose who their audience is.
It's a good one.
And that's tough.
But even to add on to that, the fact that they can't choose who their actual fans are, with social media growing, that means there's a high likelihood of them having fans that may not be aware of what they've actually done in their boxing career, and maybe just off the fact that, oh, he's popular on social media, so I want to follow him. And that's where there becomes a disconnect when it comes the fans and the actual boxing ability and the actual what's taking place in the ring. Let's talk about said. How do y'all feel about Black Lives Matter? Oh, he's going.
Damn.
I said any topic. I said come here with any topic, and I love it. I love that you asked that. Let's talk about it. That's a beautiful thing, because I know Corleone has something to say. So go ahead, express yourself. Say what you have to say.
So let's talk about it. Do you mean?
Wait, I gotta listen. I'll put it walk away, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Do you mean Black Lives Matter, the organization?
Okay.
Or do you mean Black Lives Matter, like meaning, do Black lives actually matter? Like what do you mean? Because
I have a very diverse audience, Corleone. A very diverse audience.
Exactly. So I just want to make sure I know what this person means, so that way I can answer correctly. Because if we're talking about Black lives, of course I believe Black Lives Matter. I am a Black man. You know what I mean? Like I believe yes. The organization.
I think you're talking semantics. I think you're talking semantics, because he's saying, how do you feel about BLM? So he's talking about the organization. He's not talking about Black people in specifically. He's talking about how do you feel about the organization.
They fucked that up, man. They fucked that up. That was supposed to happen that way. Like that was supposed to happen that way.
But you don't present that. You don't talk about that a lot. You know what I'm saying? You know you don't.
But the organization being bad.
You know you don't, because you know
at the end. I just said it right now, freely and openly, like, you know what I'm saying, because
this is different. This is different. You're talking in front of a heavily based boxing YouTube channel that also all of us are very intellect. Like if you look at the comments, etc. When I respond to comments, like no one ever says some no bullshit. We don't talk about race. We don't. Like everyone who's on this channel is very like specific when it comes to what their grief is. So it's like if he's talking about Black Lives Matter and he's saying how do you feel about it, and you're saying like, okay, this is how I feel about it. Like, what is your response to the aspect of, okay, we're not saying that it's not wrong. We're just saying that there's a lot of flaws in it.
That's exactly what I said. Is the fact that like the organization fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that like the allocation of the money like did not go where it was supposed to, and then like and there were some greedy people that ended up taking some money that they were not supposed to. And I'm not okay with that, only because
it was ran by Black women, Black lesbian women. How do you feel about that?
It was. I think I feel like it's fucking wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hurtful more than anything.
All right.
It's hurtful. It's hurtful because that's not what you want or expect. So hurtful. Bless you.
Sorry. That's rare, because a lot of people will look at it in the sense of, because you know what I'm saying, our skin color, they'd be like, oh, you're going against something, but it was never created to help us. At least from what I'm seeing. The money that was smuggled,
That's what people do.
We looked at as sellouts because you know I'm gonna do a clip of this. You know I'm gonna do a clip of this point right here, and they gonna be like, "These niggas is sellouts. Like these niggas is brown skin, light skin, and
Like,
you not for BLM? What?"
Nah, bro. Because and that's the thing. Like, here's the thing. Because I care about Black lives. Because I have Black family. Like, because I have Black friends. Like,
absolutely.
Because like that's my community, and because that's literally my heart and soul. To know that it wasn't done right, that's hurtful. Like, I don't think that's selling out. I think that's actually caring. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So like, motherfuckers say what they want, but I know, you know what I'm saying. But I know who I come from, where I come from, what I stand for. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
in the grand schemes of things, right? I'm a small YouTube channel, right? Like let's talk about like, yes, but in
big
the
energy though.
In the big, no, but in reality, like in if you're looking at the big picture, if I had 40,000 subscribers, would it be bad? Talking this type of way.
Would it be bad? Nah, I don't think so. Only because I'm speaking from the. I think
that's the point. They don't want that. They want a certain agenda.
You know what I'm saying?
In today's day and age, they want a certain agenda.
I think it depends on who on the people that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick, I'm gonna say so. All right, we 240s in. This has been a fire ass stream. I've been having a good time. I've been telling y'all. Look, I am going. My goal. I'm gonna make a second YouTube channel. It's gonna have nothing to do with boxing because there's too many good topics that need to be discussed. But and I got too many. You know what I'm saying? People that have absolutely amazing takes on everything, very intellectual, etc.
Did you start a new skincare routine? Wow, what's going on? Are you exfoliating? Look at you.
That's part of that, but also too, you know what I'm saying? You gotta learn, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get the lighting right. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
See, I gotta cover my LED. So that's what I'm talking about.
You don't be doing videos every day, nigga. I do 4 to 5 videos every day. So it's like, and when it comes to YouTube, like it's an algorithm. So it's a certain type of shit you want to do. So if you don't have the camera looking a certain way, if you don't have a certain type of energy, if you don't have a certain type of topic, then no one's gonna give a fuck. Like YouTube is there, like it's just like anything else. There's an algorithm to it. So I gotta every day I gotta be like, but I mean it. Like people like I don't want y'all to think I'm saying it's like I really love boxing. I really love talking about the shit. Like that's not a bullshit, but I really do want to branch off and do a separate channel where I can talk about shit outside of boxing because I have a lot of opinions on a lot of shit outside of boxing. Like,
man,
I live a life that's not in, you know, saying conjunction with boxing. So, anyways,
bro, like have you been? I guess have you followed J.R. Smith like since he stopped playing basketball and the fact that he's like,
I see him doing the golfing thing, but not necessarily extra. I'm very ground based, so a lot of people I follow is very it's like regular people who kind of like built something. You know what I'm saying? So some kind of like in a similar position that I am, but was able to build something and be able to be something. So that's kind of like I don't necessarily follow the NBA shit like that because I'm like I'm not hooping no more.
No, and
I may come across a certain way. Fuck y'all niggas, but yeah.
I guess I was asking because we was J.R. Smith fans, but he's also not hooping no more. So like, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that he put his focus into like into golf, into school, like he made the dean's list, bro. Like he has like a 4.0. And in my mind, I'm like, you know, that's so cool it's inspirational. It's real inspirational.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be like, that's why I want to do a different channel because I feel like people I know, you know what I'm saying, very intelligent, very intellectual, but we differ on a lot of our opinions because I'm like, that's inspirational to Corleone. For me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? School ain't shit to me. You know what I'm saying? That shit is a pawn, it's a con. J.R. Smith can take that chance. You know what I'm saying? Is it very inspirational because he showed himself to be something more than what he was for a basketball player, which is very respectful. But you know what I'm saying, for the minority, for A lot of y'all that's just trying to make something happen. I'm like, school ain't the way. As a man, go get you a skill, go get you something that can make you money right off the bat. Build on that. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that other degree shit. Let your woman do that. You feel me? So that's me. So that's why I want. I like. That's why I'm like. I got it because I'm like I be talking boxing, but like I got so much different perspectives. You feel me?
I want to add on to that because I think I guess I think both can exist because I know for me, I think if I went and got a skill first, then I think I don't know, man. I think things would have been. I don't know. I know my path would have been different, but
it would be mad different. A skill make money. As black men, as African Americans, man, we think that a skill is basketball. We think that a skill is football. We think that a skill is a sport, but that doesn't actually translate to money. A real skill is like being a plumber. A real skill is being a construction worker. A real skill is being able to put, you know what I'm saying, understand the distance and the feet when it comes to measuring a floor when it comes to real estate. You know what I'm saying? Like that's skill. You know what I'm saying? That's make real money. It's like we think skill is, nigga. Oh, I gotta go be D1 for college for hoop. Like, nah, nigga, you don't get paid off that. You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know, is what it is.
Yeah, like I know the skill that I wanted to learn. I wanted to like really learn how to like teach teach good, because like you know what I'm saying, because I've always had like a passion for like coaching and for like personal training. But then like once I got with kids, I was like, nah, I want to learn how to teach kids well. And the thing is, I did have to go to school for that, but like my experience is not in school. My experience is with the kids.
That's what's gonna make you be able to have the connection.
Exactly. It's so like, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't like this whole like master's degree shit is terrible. It's a terrible process. I would not recommend it, except for the fact like I will be getting paid more. But
it's
like,
not about not recommending it. It's about what your goals are. So if your goals require the masters, do it. If your goals don't require masters, don't do it. It doesn't. The problem that I see me personally when it comes to a lot of men nowadays is they don't really understand or exactly figure out what they really want to do if it's outside of something that they feel like they were doing as a kid. So it's like, do I want to put my all into this, or do I want to still, you know what I'm saying, put my basis on this because, you know, there's a possibility of me being looked at a certain way. It's like, no. If this is what you want to do, this is what you want to put on, take the chance. See what happens.
Niggas be worried about perception for sure.
I always, nigga, short-term sacrifices for long-term rewards. That's been my motto since I was 25. Short-term sacrifices for long-term rewards. Niggas gonna look at you a certain way, but put the work in. Because not everybody's able to be drafted number one pick, nigga, and get $1 million. You feel me? Sometimes you gotta put the work in, and you ain't gonna be able to show it till you're 32. It is what it is. Life is the same for everybody.
I remember when I had to like make the decision, because it was like, all right, I can either keep doing what I'm doing and like just kind of getting by, or I can actually commit to who it is that I want to be. And once I made that decision, like I haven't looked back, and it's amazing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because with that commitment came consistency and discipline.
But don't forget, it took also a ability to be like, I'm gonna take a chance.
Yeah, it took
niggas
a lot of courage.
Always talk about the end run. Like niggas always talk about like, hey, this shit worked. I'm good, everything. But niggas don't talk about like, yeah, I took a chance. Like I didn't know if this shit was gonna work out or not, but it worked. Like niggas don't really like emphasize that. Like people don't really put it in people's mindsets. Like a lot of times you got to take a chance, bro. Especially if you come from a situation where nobody's even giving you the knowledge to put you in a position where you feel like you do the right thing. You got to take a chance. and hope it works. That's literally life. And it may not work the first time. It may not work the second time, but you got to be, you know what I'm saying, persistent.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
bro.
yeah.
Consistency is everything. Like whether you up or down, like you still got to be consistent. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like playing like I think basketball was way more important than like trying to like, you know what I'm saying, like make it, but like it taught me something. Like basketball, like, you know what I'm saying, like basketball really taught me that like there's gonna be days where like you're gonna be ass, but you still got to get out there and go your hardest because you know what I'm saying, because you gonna get better. It's gonna happen. You're gonna get better. That if that's what you're putting your time and energy into, and it happened. Like I saw it, I felt it. It actually happened. And with that, I was able to take that to other things like I guess like friendships and relationships, but that's also been like a slower one because of being, just being socially awkward for.
I don't think it's that. I think at the end of the day, I don't think it's socially awkward. I think it's just at the end of the day, you grown man. You gonna have a lot of friends. You gonna have a lot of people you communicate on a regular basis. I'm like, that's just what it is. I'm like, that's not the normal aspect of life. A lot of times, the person you're gonna be most personal with is a lot of times gonna be the opposite sex, or if it's the opposite sex who's the closest to you, and you're gonna have these outside relationships that take place. But a lot of times it's gonna be inconsistent. I don't think it has anything to do with you as a person. I think that's just the natural way it is. That's me personally. That's how I feel about it. I don't think it's like when I see people blame certain things on themselves. I'm like, that's just the natural way of life. Like,
I guess personally, I don't see it as blame no more because I think I used to blame. I used to blame and shame myself and like make myself feel bad about who I was. And that wasn't good, yo. You know what I mean? Like literally calling myself names in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so now it's more like, I guess I just try to speak factually. It's like, all right, this is where I'm at, and like and really like no emotion with it. Like, all right, this is where I'm at, and that's okay. That's great. Like, it brings me a lot of peace, honestly, because you know what I'm saying. Like, because like I said, you were there for them days where like, yeah, you just there from the days where I wasn't as confident. I wasn't as ability. Yeah, exactly. I was. Yeah,
a lot of people do it. Like even. Yeah. You gotta understand the same people that was there for them days. You gotta understand the people that was probably most understanding was the people that I understood it because I was going through the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just all part of growing.
Mm-hmm.
The only way a seed becomes a flower, they have to grow. So there's always going to be a situation where I'm not familiar with this. And some people are going to be more unprepared than others. But at the end of the day, the only way you're going to blossom into what you're trying to blossom to is how you handle it. Yeah, I'm not underprepared than somebody else, but somehow I was able to figure out how to handle it in a certain situation where now I'm blossoming. While other people, they were more prepared than me, but they couldn't handle the situation. They couldn't handle the situation the way I was able to handle it, and now their blossom is a lot slower than I am. Like that's how the life works, the world works. It's not fair. That's why now, and I may change this maybe when I'm older, but I always see it as the worst thing you could tell your kid is, as long as you work hard, you're gonna succeed, you're gonna achieve. It's like, nigga, life isn't that fair.
Yeah, you really shouldn't tell people that.
Yeah, I'm like, life isn't that fair. You gonna make a motherfucker overwork himself, and he gonna be trying to figure out what's going on. I'm like, life is not that. So I definitely see what you say. So let's talk about said. I think school is something that you should experience. College anyway, whether you finish it or not, it's a different story. I actually agree with that. Yeah, I think at least up to high school, you should have that amount, a level of education. But he's also said, now you get paid in college playing sports and likeness of yourself, and that's almost like I feel like that's almost like an oxymoron. It's almost like there's a reason why you see now they changed everything. Like, oh, you were in college, you can pay them, etc. Like that. But I'm not gonna get into all that. But with that being said, I'm not gonna go too crazy. We 254 into this. We've been having a good time. Is there anything left? You know what I'm saying? You want to say to the people, young Corleone? You know what I'm saying? It's the first time you've been part of the Black Goose Live, but it's been absolutely amazing conversation. I appreciate you coming up here. It's been a good time. We're going to definitely have more of these for sure.
Yeah,
For
bro.
sure, as long as my guy Corleone is good with it. But you talk to people.
Hell yeah, bro. I'm down with it. Like, I do have to finish up school. So like, so there are some days I'm gonna like I have to like really like lock in. But I'm so down to do this every once in a while. Like, and just come and vibe and talk, whether it's music. I might try to watch some, like, you know what I'm saying, watch some of these fights so that way I can actually contribute to the conversation. You know what I'm saying? We can talk.
We do more than fights too. We do TV shows too. So I want to talk about TV shows. Like that's why I'm it's not gonna be we're going to have a second channel, and it's gonna be shit that's all not fighting. It's gonna be because y'all know I watch all different type of TV shows, all that shit, and I want to have, you know what I'm saying, I want to have my people, the people I grew up with. So I'm gonna be starting that soon. But yeah, I watch it, you know what I'm saying. It's a lot more than just boxing up in this joint. Boxing is definitely the main focus, but you know what I'm saying. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hey, like if y'all want to follow me on Instagram, it's Redix, REDIX _. You know what I'm saying? This is my latest project, Odyssey. I got a couple singles out right now, but this is the project. I'm really proud of this. I'm really proud of that. I made that during the pandemic, and yeah, man. I just want y'all to know that I'm a person that really cares about my people, and that that Fluence is my people. Zen is my people. Flex is my people, and I'm gonna always ride for my people. I'm gonna always die for my people. 760. You know what I'm saying? We out here
all day
from the dirt. You know what I'm saying? We really came from it.
Board bread. You feel me?
Man, you know what I'm saying? And now look at this, North Hollywood and Memphis.
Nigga
Out
gonna rob my shit, nigga. You gonna rob my shit, nigga.
Fuck
y'all niggas. I leveled up, bitch ass niggas.
Bro, I left my grill in the car. I got a grill now.
We gonna get that. Hey,
I got gold fronts now.
Hey, tomorrow I'm finna be crazy. Like tomorrow, we got crazy amount of fights I'm going live for. You don't gotta join all of them, but the late night one that I'm gonna be doing that I know Zen's gonna be there for. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to hop in. I'm gonna have the link in there. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you want, young Corleone, man, you jump into the joints, man.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I came today because I can't come tomorrow. I got a little situation. You know what I'm saying? A little situation tomorrow.
You see, this is a fake nigga. We don't fuck with none of this shit. Call him out. Nah, I appreciate it for
shit. Maybe let me see the calendar, bro.
Nigga, don't worry about no calendar, nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like, nigga, when you can hop in, just hop in, hit me, be like, yo, I'm trying to hop in. I'll send you, roll up into that's all this shit is on, man. This is, look, nigga, y'all know, man. Like I try the best to be as YouTube shit as possible, and I'm gonna get as professional as possible. We're gonna do the editing, we're gonna get there some point. But as of now, it's nothing but love, it's nothing but organic shit, it's nothing but, you know what I'm saying, real shit. So as of now, man, y'all better motherfucking enjoy the content, nigga. So anything you want to say to people, Corleone, before we get about this bitch?
No, bro, I think I'm good, bro. I'm gonna come with topics though next time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come with a couple things written down, and we can tackle them things. That'll be fun.
And I'm gonna fuck with that. The reason I don't really give a fuck because I'm like Fluence Friday is chaos. There's a reason why it's called Fluence Friday. There's a reason why I'm called Fluence, nigga. It's like that's not new. Like, nigga, I was called D-Fluence since 1817. Anyways, and there's a reason why it's Fluence Sundays. You know what I'm saying? During the middle of the week, we keep shit really flowing, topics up. You know what I'm saying? Keep it on topic, but it's just all love, man. Going crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? I wish Dub Brightside would have came with this. He didn't come with this joy. I didn't matter to me because I was supposed to do a debate. I ain't do it because I'm shit. I got a lot going. Anyways, people, anything you would say before we out of here, Corleone?
Oh, that like I accidentally opened like an old email of mine, and I found some music. I found some music of ours from like 2011, bro. Like 2011.
Hey, I'm happy you said that. Fluence Sundays is coming back. Fluence Sunday, I'm dropping something for y'all people this Sunday. So we back. Fluence Sunday, we're gonna be back.
Oh, I'm in there. I'm gonna listen to that. Oh, and me and Zen got something dropping soon too. Me and Zen got an EP.
Let me know what it is. I'll promote it. I'll put it on the
EP.
joint.
It is going stupid.
Let me know what it is. I'll promote it. You already know. I put in the community board, all that. You already know the Black Goose TV family, man. Ain't gonna show nothing but love. Perfect.
All right, man. One love. Have a good night. Sleep well.
Hold up, before you get up out of here.
Black Goose TV.
Wait, before you get up out of here, Corleone, on Arnold Schwarzenegger side of the game, I'll be back, but with more boxing. Stay blessed, not stressed. Let's talk about it always. You've been telling me get a fire stick.